Hello, everybody. Hello, out there in the YouTube land. Um, Especially if you are watching live. Hello, I really appreciate y'all coming. And if you're watching the VOD after this is posted, welcome. I'm glad you were able to sit back and enjoy and listen to however the hell long this is supposed to be. Because I don't know at this point, it's live. So, welcome back to Utano Podcast, or Utapod, as I like to call it for short. This is the fan-made, fan-run, fan everything Utano Prince Sama podcast, where we talk about everything within the universe of Utano Prince Sama, which is an ultimate series, an idol series about lots of cute anime boys that do lots of idol stuff. So today, our subject that we are going to be talking about is Yume culture and what it is and how it applies to Utano Prince Sama. Now, if you're not familiar with what Yume culture is, don't worry. I've got two experts here that are also experts on the Utapri men, because they're men at this point. The characters, they're men. They're experts on their own specific man, as you can tell by their icons here. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my two guests. You guys can unmute yourselves and you can introduce yourselves to whoever wants to go first. Oh, but I'm Mia, your host. I forgot to say that. I'm Mia, Fran. Anyway, you can say my name.
Hi, Mia.
Hello.
Okay, I guess I'm going first.
Yeah. Sorry.
So,
hello.
I'm Megan, or I go by Megantron on the internet. Also Kuro Orchid, because that's my boy's signature that he uses. So those are the two names I go by. I'm one of the admins of the South Tomi Academy Discord server. I occasionally translate stuff, but not often. I collect a crap ton of Ranmaru merch, and I'm also super obsessed with learning basically every single detail there is to know about him and all the other boys, but mostly Ranmaru. I like to say that I have a PhD in Ranmaru. So yeah, that's me.
Welcome, Megan. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it.
And hi, Ruby. I see you in the comments.
All right, next up.
So I'm Boo. I also go by Bo. That's like my real name, but online it's mostly just Boo. And I really, really love Masato. I've been a long-term Utapri fan. Been on a Twitter space since around 2016, I think. So yeah, I also translate stuff occasionally, and I'm also super obsessed with the Otome games. I tend to talk about them a lot. So yeah, that's basically it.
Very cool. Welcome, Boo. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
And I'm glad that you mentioned that you like to talk about the Ultimate games because, you know, without localization of the games and everything, it's kind of hard for some people to kind of understand, like,
yeah, for sure,
what has happened in the games, like before, you know, the anime ever came out, or like if people aren't really familiar and they only know the anime story, like you only get a little bit of what's from the games.
Yeah, it's really so unfortunate because the Otome games just go so more in depth about who all of the boys are and, you know, their personal struggles and them overcoming it. And then also who Haruka is as a person, because like, you know, you watch her in the anime and she's kind of your basic Otome heroine, whatever, and it's reverse harem, and you know, she doesn't really have that personal connection with everyone, but she's really a great heroine if you get to know her as a person.
Yeah, it's also kind of sad that, like, recently she's mostly just been a cameo instead of actually getting featured as a main character. So, yeah.
Yeah, in the Stars Tours TV special, she's there for like 2 minutes. Like, she has lines.
Like, we have to feel happy at, like, her just appearing for 2 minutes and actually having a few lines.
Yeah, it's so
and,
sad.
Like, that's sad.
Yeah, before that, in Module of Kingdom, she's just, like, a little cameo at the end. You're like, oh my god, she's there the whole time. And it's also the same with Stars Tours, which we will talk about in the second half after we talk about Yume culture.
Yes, I would love to talk about Star
We're going to
Tours.
talk about Star Tours because, as I said last episode, which again Mimi's the one who like gave the idea, which I love, is like any Utapri news from between last episode and the current episode, and so Star Tours is one of those things that I am gonna like talk about. But first, before we talk about that, Haruka is best girl. She really is. You know, I love her. I love her, and I love Tomo-chan. Like those two are just they're besties for life, and I love that. They're adorable together. But Haruka is best girl. And like, okay, like I get it. She has weird eyeballs, all right. But at least
Avocado eyes.
At least out of like most of the, list of ultimate game protagonists, like at least she has a goal. She has like a personality. I'm not sure about the games, but I know in the anime she at least like she has a personality.
She has so much
even more,
personality in the games. Like
for sure.
See, there you go. It's not like with other Ultimate games or even like the mobile Ultimate games and stuff. Or even if they're not Ultimate games and they just have a lot of boys in it, but you're still the main character as a girl. Like they never have personality. It's always like the same character model. They look the same. There's like Haruka's like one of the only like protagonists from one of these kinds of games or from a rhythm game that has like a personality.
Yeah, so to be completely honest, like, so bringing this into kind of the Yume space, so a big thing that keeps me from like feeling any sort of like feelings of jealousy really from like other people playing the games and like experiencing the romance with Ranmaru is that because Haruka has so much personality, I feel like it's just them playing their love story out of Ranmaru and Haruka rather than like them, self-inserting into her, because it's kind of hard to do, to be completely honest, because she really does have so much more personality that you can't really ignore who she is while you're playing the games.
Yeah, they even show that she has like hobbies in the games and stuff. Like she does tarot cards, which is really nice. So
very cool. And I agree. I think I like to see it that way too. Like before we get into it, because I did, look over the cool presentation that you made that we're going to look at right now. I also agree that like I enjoy like I don't get jealous of the main character because like especially like in the anime. I'm more familiar with the anime. Obviously, I have the first game on my Switch, but it's in Japanese. So I've like barely started and I have no idea what I'm doing because I can't read it. I don't know what's happening. But it's cool. I think it's cool that I have the game, but I can't get to Tokyo forever. But anyways.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like you got to play through 3 boys in order to get the like next 3 boys, and then you got to play through all of them to get Cecil. And what's so funny is like, so Boo's a translator for Shining Wonderland, and the one route for Starish that they have done is Cecil, but you can't play Cecil until you've played other boys.
Yeah, it's so funny. Well, what I usually do is just like skip everything and then actually start focusing on the text when I'm at the boy I want to play. So
but maybe I should just do it that way. I just try to get through the games.
You can always replay them, so like it's fine.
Yeah. But I don't get jealous of like any MC in any of these kinds of games, only because like one, I just imagine that it's me, which is why I always just change the name to my name. So like, like obviously like I don't look like any ultimate protagonist, like nobody looks like that. So that's why I just always make sure it's my name. And then if I role play or anything like that, I always just make the character my name. And then I kind of like add an element of like my own personality or like my life or background or whatever. But like, I try to change it up a little bit. It's very rare that I make like an OC. But yeah, I kind of like if I'm watching like the anime and stuff, like obviously I'm like, oh, that's so cute, like, oh, he's with Haruka, like I don't get jealous. I'm more like, oh, that's adorable. But also because you don't really actually see the relationship progress to after a certain point in the anime, because then it would just that the anime would go on forever. Because it's it's like, okay, we did one relationship.
I would love that, actually.
Do the other. I mean, that would be great. I get to
just one series.
I would love to see more of the relationship, and also I would love to have more than one focus episode for Ronmaru. That'd be cool.
Yeah, exactly.
But I feel like after seasons 1 and 2, then it just became like, okay, we're gonna focus on the guys rather than Haruka.
Yeah,
she's not,
for real.
Like she's the main character, but not really now at this point because we have like too many boys, so we're just gonna focus on the boys.
I mean,
that's
obviously,
really
Revelations is important to me because that's like where we actually got Quartet Night focus episodes. But like,
that's the only problem that I have with like anime adaptations of like these kinds of games. Because, like, that's why I could not get into, like, Ensemble Stars as anime. Because I'm like, there's too many boys. I don't care. Like, the girl, like, why is she there? Like, who cares?
I didn't even know there was a girl, actually.
Yeah. See, that's the things. Like,
yeah.
The other things, like, she's, like, the only girl at their school. So it's like, okay, but, like, why do I care? You're literally, like, the first, like, 4 episodes are just introducing me to every other group of dudes. Because there's a million of them.
Ensemble Stars takes forever to get through all the dudes.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, okay, at least with Utapri, they start off with one group. And then they added more after I was already familiar with the others. Same thing with, like, Idolish 7. Like, that's fine, but also, like, the story for that it's different in a way of, like, I'm, like, literally the story is more about, like, how they become an idol group, so it's not really, like, there's not really any romance. And then in, like, that series, like, she kind of has, like, a set romance with only one character, and then you kind of care about the other characters more anyway. And I'm trying to think of other series like that. I mean, A3 was kind of like that, too, where it's like, there's a lot of boys. But at least that game had an English server for a while, and I was able to look through the whole story and read the whole story of that and, like, get to actually know the characters.
Yeah, Ruby is right. They aren't Otome. They're just, you happen to be a girl.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I have to, like because there's no ultimate element to those kinds of games, even though, like, people think that it is, just because it's like the protagonist is like one girl, everyone else is a guy. That's why I feel like a lot of the mobile games that have come out, like from like China, like Mr. Love or like Tears of Themis, like I feel like that's why they only have like 4 guys instead of like 8 or 10 or however many, because that's just too many for a game like
it's
that.
definitely nicer when you can focus on a few boys.
Yeah, anyways, to jump off of that, so let's talk about the subject of today's show. So I'm gonna put my little ticker at the bottom here, and I'm gonna add this to the stream. So here you go. Here's the lovely slideshow that Megan has made for us. And go ahead and you can go ahead and start, and let's all learn, everybody. And if I have questions or if we have comments, obviously we can just kind of jump in. And of course, if you want to respond to the chat, you're more than welcome to do that too. So you have the floor.
Alrighty, so so we're here today to talk about the Otome games and Yume culture surrounding Uda no Prince Sama. So let's get right into that, I guess. So this is us. I'm Megan. I love Ronmaru. And as we were saying before, I've been a longtime fan of Utapri. I got into it around when season 2 was coming out. So like right after Quartet Night was introduced. And it's kind of funny because I was like not into them when they first showed up. I was like so much of a Starish fangirl, and like I was super annoyed that Quartet Night came in and they were like taking attention away from Starish.
Who are these other guys?
And then
how dare they?
Look where we are today.
Isn't that how it goes though sometimes? Like
Yeah, for sure.
You're like, who is that guy? And I was like, oh yeah. And then like
Who do
5
you
years
think
later,
you are?
5 years later, we got married. So
Oops.
Yeah, for me it's kind of the same because I also got into Utapri at around the same time. I actually didn't want to start season 2 because I loved season 1 so much that I just wanted to like treasure every single moment. And yeah. But initially I didn't really have a favorite character necessarily. And then at some point, my friend group started like an RP, and then Masato had a slot left, and all the other boys were taken, and it was like, okay, sure, I'll take up that slot, and then I started looking up stuff about him, started looking at pictures, and I don't know, I could just feel my life changing. Like, oh my god, I'm actually starting to fall in love here. So, so yeah, that's basically my story.
Yeah,
other than that, I'm
I think both of us, a big part of kind of our journey, I guess, is that we both got into it via the anime, and then it was like we got like a little obsessed with one character, and we like needed to know more about them, and so then we like
just fell
both
deeper and
went
deeper.
into like getting into the music and like needing to learn Japanese so that we can play the games and like learn more about them there, and starting to collect every single magazine they've ever had an interview in, and just going a little crazy from there. But yeah, so
yeah, I actually started translating Mazda's route for myself, like without even knowing any Japanese. I just knew like hiragana, and that was it. Some anime knowledge maybe. And basically I looked up everything I could online, all the grammar, all the vocabulary. And that's how I translated the games for myself, and that's how I started. And now I'm a pretty decent translator, I would say. So that's another way Utapri has helped me.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
just kept going at it. That's great.
Yeah.
That's definitely something we'll like have to get into, is like, the way Utapri and, our boys have motivated us to, kind of improve ourselves and learn new things.
I just want to highlight Mimi's comment here. Sometimes you just have to be a hater. You'll get there eventually.
Yeah. You're right, Mimi. You're right.
So
I was a hater for Quartet Night, and look where we are now. Alrighty. So introducing Utapri. So Utapri is first and foremost an otome visual novel. So the first game in the series was released on the PSP on June 24th, 2010. So that's the day we celebrate as Utapri's anniversary each year. And they always, have all of the announcements on Twitter. And it's a big day for the fandom.
It's so close.
This year, guys, Utapri will become a nasty teenager.
Yep, 13
years old. My God.
Unlucky number.
Yeah, so I think something that really makes Utapri special compared to other idol series is the otome aspect of it, because so many of these other ones, you're a producer or whatever, and you're not like necessarily in a relationship with the boys. It's just kind of you watching them do their idol work and like being a part of it as a manager. So it's a lot more personal. So you get like that more, in-depth connection, and I feel like you learn a lot more about the boys than you do in the other idol series, because, there's not that distance between you and them where they're like, the sparkling celebrity, you have that relationship.
Jay says, gosh, I was 16 when this game started. Wow. I was like in 10th grade. Actually, I would have been going into my junior year of high school. So yeah, I was like 16 as well when this game started. And I didn't learn about it till I got to college, unfortunately.
Yeah, I started getting into the series when I was about 18 or 19. So I was about the same age Haruka is in All-Star, where you get to date Quartet Night. So that's always been really nice for me to kind of like grow with the series and basically be able to think of myself as the same age as Haruka. All right, so going into the gameplay of Uta no Prince Sama. So the PSP, Vita, and, well, I guess not the Vita games because they never came out with. We're not going to talk about that.
Too painful.
Yeah, so in the PSP games that are now ported to Switch, it's a visual novel where you take on the role as a composer at Satomi Academy or in the Shining Agency, depending on which game you're playing. So it's either that you're a high school student, or if you're doing one of the Quartet Night routes, then you've graduated and you're an employee at the Shining Agency. And then throughout the game, you're given decision points with multiple choices like any other Otome game. Now, something special about Utapri is that it has a rhythm game aspect where, you know, you're either composing or testing and showing others your songs. And that's done through the rhythm game, which is a hell of a lot harder than Shining Live is.
The first time like I mentioned, I have the first game like on the Switch. And I have played like a couple of like the rhythm game parts. One also was like I feel like it's 100 times more confusing because it's in Japanese and I can't read it. But like those mini games where like you have to put like the right lyric.
Oh yeah, what I tend to do is just look up the lyrics and then just put it in.
I remember I just guessed on like all of them. And the rhythm game part was like actually really hard because you know you have to do like it's like legit a rhythm game. It's not just like tapping with your thumbs. Like I have to push a certain button a certain amount of times at a certain amount of like at a certain speed.
Yeah, it's kind of like my music teacher in high school always said. The wrong note at the right time is half right. The right note at the wrong time is wrong twice. And that's very much true in the rhythm game for Utapri. Because if you tap at the wrong time, it counts it wrong twice. Okay. And then,
I agree, Mimi. Definitely.
Any comments?
Yeah. Okay. And then, so basically how well you do on your tests and your composing mixed with the decisions that you've made throughout the game, that'll decide on your ending. And something I like about Utapri is it doesn't have like bad endings where you like die in like other Otome.
Oh yeah, it's not like
I can't imagine
realize or anything like that.
Yeah, no. So
or something.
Like, you know, you're still friends. Everyone's still nice and happy. Like even if you don't fall in love or whatever, like nothing that bad happens if you get
actually
you don't
in
get the
repeat,
love
like,
ending.
In repeat, if you get the friendship ending, there's like an after episode and you still get together in that episode. So like you'll always end up together somehow. That's very nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute, but it's just not right away, I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
it just
and like in All-Star, if you get like the friendship ending where it's like halfway through the game, you like didn't do well enough, then you're just supposed to switch partners. And it's like, it's kind of assumed that you switch to like the boy that the one you were going for is friends with there. So I don't know, like you still friends. Everyone has a nice relationship.
You still get to be with one of them. It's just not maybe the one that you were like trying for.
Yeah.
Interesting. See, I had no idea. Because the games aren't in English and I can't read Japanese.
Yeah. So the games that are out in the series, so there was the original, which was Uda no Prince Sama, and then that they came out with re-releases of it with like updated art and a few of the lines changed.
Way too many re-releases.
Yeah. So there's Repeat Love, then they ported it to Switch, and it's come out a million times at this point.
Yeah.
And then there was I know, same. And then there's Amazing Aria and Sweet Serenade, which were sequels to the self-titled. And they're shorter, but they're a little more fan servicey because you're already in a relationship in them.
Oh, the chapters are pretty long compared to Repeat. Like there's only 4 chapters, but they're really long chapters.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, it's definitely, I guess, a tiny bit shorter than Repeat is. It's more fan servicey, like you said. Has a lot of fluff and stuff, and some kind of angsty scenes, but they're not like angsty as in as they are in Repeat, because that one really has a lot of backstory, and here it's just like some kind of fluffy drama, and then you make up. So it's really sweet.
Yeah, just so that you have some amount of conflict, because you have to have a story.
There's like misunderstandings or something, right? Like the drama, like scent of the drama.
Mm-hmm. And then we have the most controversial title in the series, Debut, which is where you're in the master course. And that's also a continuation from Uta no Prince Sama through Amazing Aria, Sweet Serenade. And this is where Quartet Knight's senpai were introduced, though they're not Quartet Knight here. They're just individual senpai doing their own thing. And that's another thing to mention. In the visual novel, Starish does not exist.
Yes, I think I briefly touched upon that in the first episode, where I talked about how in the anime they put them together in groups, like Starish is a group, but they don't exist in the Ultimate games. They only exist as groups in Shining Live because they're part of the Shining Agency, and it's like more based off of the anime. So like, yeah, I like briefly went over that, but not like with basically just like a summary of like, this is why in the game, like in the games, they're not in a group because you have the different routes and you like are only focused on one character. And so like, you know, if you're on so-and-so's route, that's the person that debuts and that's who you end up with. And then in the anime, it's more like, oh no, we're like bringing them all together, and that's why there's Starish and Quartet Knight.
Yeah, but however, Quartet Knight does exist.
Oh, really? They do exist?
Mm-hmm. Quartet Knight becomes a group in All Star.
What the games?
So they're canon to the games, but Starish is not.
That's interesting.
Starish do like have songs together in All Star and All Star After Secret, but they don't like, they aren't recognized as Starish. Right. It's just they sing together, and that's it.
Yeah, it's interesting like that.
Or like this one artist featuring this other artist.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah. It's just, this is a group of lots of boys at the Shining Agency singing a song together. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Debut is when we first get to see the senpai, and to be honest, they're not very nice except for Reiji in that game. And it's a very controversial title. A lot of people really don't like it.
I really love
Masato has one of the better routes. So like, that's good for Boo.
So when you
I
say a lot of people don't like it, do you mean like the Japanese fans or just like
like the Japanese fans like thought it was gonna like ruin the series? Because a lot of people say that the boys are out of character and like Haruka's kind of like not as like prevalent in it, and there's, you know, some changes that are not really changes, but like things that happen that like aren't super fun for people, like Ren's route, for example. You know, you're so used to him being so sexy and forward or whatever. And like his whole thing is that he wants to like start over their relationship from scratch and like have it be like their first love or whatever. And it's like, that's not,
like, where's the sexiness?
And then there's like another girl there and like you're like jealous of her the whole time, and that's like,
I've seen someone describe Debut as like more of a life simulation than a love simulation game, and I guess I kind of agree with that because it's really more focused on their past and kind of fixing up their life and stuff. So yeah,
were the teacher
Haruka is still there, but
Debut, or were they in Aria and Serenade?
Oh yeah, Amazing Aria and Sweet Serenade, definitely. And then also in All-Star.
And then they're in All-Star also, because Mimi just brought that up. Yeah.
I've never played.
And then there's also the Shining route, which is that's the whole thing.
I forgot about that. I forgot that was a thing. And time travel.
Yeah, time travel. He's like 14 years old. It's
yeah. Also, what? 14.
I've heard the route is pretty good, but like, I don't know. I would like to play it sometime.
Yeah, I'll admit I've never played Shining's Route, so one of these days.
Just stream it for the server.
I know, right? Lots of loud U's.
Oh yeah, they kept his voice the same, right?
Yeah.
It must be so weird.
Oh my god.
He's
That's
like 14. Makes no sense. Okay. Anyway, so then moving on from debut. So then we have All Star, which is actually a completely different timeline. So Utapri through Amazing Aria, Sweet Serenade debut. You know, you were in Satomi Academy, you graduated, you did a graduation audition with one of the boys, you've been in a relationship, you know, all of that. But in All Star, you did your graduation audition alone and you didn't properly debut. So then you only have 6 months before you're going to get fired from the agency if you don't release a debut song. So then you're paired with one of the boys of Quartet Night, and you know you have to write a song with them and debut finally. And then All Star After Secret is a continuation of that, where you're already in the relationship that you form in All Star. And it's very fluffy, and I love it so much.
Is that your favorite game?
Yes, All Star After Secret's definitely my favorite.
But which is your favorite game?
I do not have a favorite. I love all of them. I feel like each of them highlight like a different part of Masato, and it's just so precious to me. I guess All Star is not necessarily one of my faves because the Stars route in there is like a completely
Rainbow
separate
route.
route with like it's like a completely separate universe where you kind of start over, and I feel like all the memories are kind of lost in the previous games, and it just, I don't know, it's kind of sad.
Yeah, like All Star is very much focused on Quartet Night, and then also the teachers.
I forgot you could get with the teachers too.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
So I believe the teacher routes in All Star are continuations from AA and SS, but don't quote me on that. And then All Star After Secret, each of the Quartet Night boys, they get 2 routes in that one. So definitely fond of seeing more of my boy.
I do think it's a bit weird to get like 2 different routes, like 2 different universes kind of in one game, when it could have just kind of extended one route into...
Why do they have 2?
You know?
So it's basically what
2 different
song
songs, right?
you decide to write with them.
Oh, okay.
So like, for example, with Ranmaru, it's either you write Not Bad or Wild Soul. So Not Bad is if the 2 of you decide, I want to write a cool idol song, and then Wild Soul is if you decide you want to write a rock song. And I personally, Route B, where you write Wild Soul with him, is probably my favorite route in the entirety of all the games. I think it's very sweet. You like go on a trip to America together, and
is it wild?
It's pretty wild. I mean, have you seen the ending CG for it? Whew.
I know the one you're talking about.
I believe so, but if you could share that with me separately, I would love to see that. Maybe I have seen it in passing, but I maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a very sexy CG.
I mean, you know, he knows how to slap that bass. So
yeah, it's like basically like Route A, you get like nice fluffy like marriage stuff, and then like Route B, you get sex. Anyway,
hey, sex, drugs, rock and roll. No drugs. All
right. So what's a Yume? So since we talked about the Otome games, it's, you know, kind of inevitable that when you're playing these games where you're dating the boys, you're kind of gonna want to date the boys, and that can extend into your real life. So a Yume Joshi or a Yume Danshi is literally a dreaming girl or boy and Yume's dream about being with their favorite fictional characters. So pretty self-explanatory. It's also called self-shipping in Western fandoms.
That's some cute fan art right there with the kitties.
Yes.
This adorable.
So, those are all of
Very cute.
Rongaru's kitties. Their names are Tama, Mike, Iko, and Nico. And my cat IRL is named Mike after his calico.
So cute.
All right, so further defining Yume. So Yume can be romantic or platonic. So while many self-ship and love characters romantically, you can also just be friends with them. And then the relationships can range from being casual to serious. So it can be that, it's just occasionally I like to think about me with this character. It's just something fun for me, or you can basically treat it as if it's your real boyfriend, girlfriend. It's all dependent on, how you feel. And,
there's like no
Yume
wrong way to like do it.
Yeah, it's a very personal thing. It's like, how you feel about this character and like what you want out of this relationship with them. So typically different ways that people will refer to their Yume faves is either Yume fave or a comfort character, a fictional other, or you can straight up just refer to them as though they were your IRL partner, like a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. One of my friends always calls his Yume girl his soulmate or his bandmate, and I think that's cute.
That's super cute.
And then there's also, because it is, a fictional relationship, you're not necessarily bound by social convention and what's normal in real life. So some people have multiple partners, while others choose just to have the one. They can have the one romantic and then many platonic. They can have a main relationship, but they can have others that they still view romantically, but this one is just special to them. Some just have many different partners and are polyamorous. And then also there are some who they do the OC shipping, and then they have a different character for each fictional universe that they self-ship in.
I identify as a multiple partners person. I have many in my head, and I have them categorized. So I've got like husbands, I've got boyfriends, hit it and quit it because they're just hot. And then there's like the occasional female character in there, because your girl also likes girls. But I like, yeah. I'm just like more into guys because that's just more what I'm familiar with. But
that's valid.
There are some lady characters that I'm like, yeah. Anyways,
cute, so
yes.
I understand.
Yeah. So
valid.
Yes, very valid.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like legit. Like I'm not just being like vicarious or anything like that. If you want to label it that way, which like don't. But yeah. So yeah, this is like more what I'm like familiar with. Or like what I've experienced. So, I mean, I don't know if anyone in the comments is the same, or if you guys also are more like more about just like one character, like my guests here are today. But yeah, in terms of like being really into the Yume culture, I have like no idea. Excuse me. So yeah, I'm more familiar with like the multiple partners thing, and also like some of the like OC stuff. Like I rarely make OCs for stuff. I usually just use my name. Like I just, and you can change a character's name. I always change it to my name.
What's actually kind of funny is that I always change the character's name, but I always like make their name either Alice or Mayuri. But Rongaru is the one exception where I always use my own name.
That's
understandable.
Cute.
Yeah.
Well,
So
yeah, it's understandable because like
he's the only one who's allowed to call me by my name.
Because like he is yours and you are his. Like everyone else, they can have the other versions of you, but he gets the true version.
Yeah.
Which is cute.
All right. So kind of on that subject. So there are different ways to Yume with a character. You can either do it with a self-insert, which would be a stand-in for you in the world of your partner. And a self-insert will typically have many of the same traits as you with only minor changes to fit the universe, like you're a composer in the Shining universe, or you are another like aspiring idol or something. Or you can be just making minor adjustments to yourself to be a more ideal version, just because that's who you want to see with your fictional partner. And then the other way to do it is with an original character or OC. So typically they're created to fit the world and don't necessarily represent who the Yume is. It's more that you want to see your fave with someone that you believe would be their ideal match. And, that's enjoyable for you. And it doesn't necessarily have to be you to like be happy and see them happy.
That's what I feel like a lot of fan fiction writers do. Is like they'll just make an OC for like their favorite character to fall in love with, and like because I've read so many fanfics where like they do that, and I've written a few too also. Or I'm currently working on stuff like that where like I made a character that I think would be good with this character that I really like. It's not me, maybe like parts of my personality or like parts of what I like personally are in there, but I wanted to read more like an actual like a novel or like a like a third person omniscient kind of story where I'm not necessarily like the main character. Because you want to like I feel like you want to relate to the audience, at least in terms of like fan fiction. But then I'm sure there's people like I've seen so many people who make really cool OCs for their favorite characters, and maybe they're like the same gender or they're like non-binary or trans or something. Like they make like it's not necessarily like the cookie cutter cut and paste of like, oh, it's a male character, I'm just gonna give them a female character that is like pretty much me, but it's different. It's more like you can kind of
Mary
like,
Sue's.
Yeah, it's not a Mary Sue. It's more like I'm making who I feel like is their like you said, like their ideal match, their soulmates. Let me read some comments real quick because people are commenting. I have so many partners, romantically and platonically. Same. Sorry. I focus on one, but I have many. 2 main Utapri partners. Many others in a separate dimension. Ooh. Who are your 2 Utapri partners, Jay? I'm curious. Mainly focusing on one. It's complicated with another. Very nice, Mimi.
Who's this other? Because I know Cameo, but I don't know the other.
Who's the other, Mimi? I'm very... I didn't know this. I was not aware. I love Sho, but I'm fine with him being with Natsuki too. There you go. See?
I honestly see that as like so common in Utapri fandom.
Where it's like if he can't have me, I'd rather him be with this other character. So you get all the people that ship certain characters together all the time in Utapri.
Yeah.
Ah.
I see.
Oh, Mimi. Masato and Tokia. They're separate routes in the same universe. Interesting.
Yeah. And then actually kind of going back to what you were saying before about writing fan fiction and how it's so common to do the original characters there. So Yume originally comes from dream novels, which essentially were people writing themselves into fan fiction.
Oh, cool.
So that's where the Yume Joshi term came from, was from these dream novels that people used to publish. All right. So then we also have Yume versus Ryako, which is a related term. it's kind of the same, but it's not exactly.
Yeah, it's mostly used like on the more serious end of things. It's also mostly used for like 3D people, like actual celebrities or even 2.5D like stage actors and stuff. But recently, people have been adopting it more for fictional characters too. But I kind of feel, I don't know, a little bit controversial about the term because, you know how like voice actors when they get married or I don't know when they announce they have a relationship, then people tend to get angry, like, "Oh
Yeah,
no,
and they
you're
have
supposed to be mine."
apologize
And,
for it, and it's
yeah,
like it's kind of gross. So it's like it's weird when it comes to like real people with that.
yeah,
I feel like there's a line that has to be drawn, even though I am guilty of getting kind of salty and mad when when my real life crush starts going out with someone.
Oh, I'm not gonna
I mean, there's
lie.
a
I
difference
cried
between
when
like,
Gerard Way got married.
I know. Well, like I experienced this more recently because my future husband Chris Evans is dating someone who is younger than I am. And I'm very mad because I'm like, you haven't even met me yet. What happened? We were supposed to like meet each other. Like I'm holding out because they're not married. So I'm hoping I meet him and then he realizes like, oh, I should be with this random fangirl. But yeah, no, like, and I just kind of treat it as like a silly thing of like, but I know that some people take it like a step further and like get really ugly.
yeah, they actually
and
get
nasty
really
about
angry
it.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so like with those terms, so Yume Joshi, it's typically your self-insert or your OC, you're fitting into the world of the fictional partner. You can still have that I really fell in love definition that is pretty much the main defining thing of a Ryako or a Gachikoi. But as we said, it's kind of a complicated term because it can also refer to like people who fall in love with real life idols, actors, and 2.5D characters, and it gets messy. So it's like not a term I personally like to use. But
it just depends on what you feel comfortable with, really.
Yeah.
So
like even though I would say yes, I'm 100% in love with this character as though he were like my real husband. So like, but again, I don't really want to associate myself with the other culture that's kind of tied to that term. Okay, so ways Yumes can show love, and this is not an extensive list, and also these 3 aren't the only ones I have, so don't start adding me in the comments saying, oh, these aren't the only ways, because I'm not done. So you can write, you can do self-insert fan fiction, you can do the OC fan fiction, you can also just write love letters to express your affection. That's typically what I do because I'm not like great at like writing fiction stuff. I have a lot to say and I like spewing it out constantly, as like a lot of people in the comments probably know, because I have no chill when it comes to Ronmaru.
We know. We definitely know.
And then another way is through art. So some you may create or commission artwork of them and their partner together. So both Boo and I occasionally draw. I definitely commission more artwork than I actually draw because I don't feel like I'm particularly good at it, but I try.
So are your icons, like, did you draw them or did you commission them?
These are commissioned.
These are both commissions.
There's also like this, I don't know, this certain surprise to it when someone else draws you and your boy is just, I don't know, in a way it feels more special than when you're drawing it yourself. But that's just me.
For me, it can go either way.
I agree.
Like, because like, for example, like the piece that I drew for Oban, like that one was like really special to me. And I felt like, I needed to be the one to draw it because it was like what I feel would be a really important moment in our relationship. But then like the majority of stuff, obviously I get commissions because I want to see it how I envision it in my head. And I know
sometimes you just feel like
you
can't do it justice.
For sure.
I only get commissions of like my self inserts with characters I love because I can't draw. My drawing would consist of 2 stick figures, and I have to label it like that's me and that's the other person. I can't draw, but I can write. So I do more of like the fan fiction thing, where I just kind of make a scenario, and like I do really like doing the second person POV where in terms of like the main character, I'll say like you, so like the reader, like the reader self insert kind of thing, where it's you, where I say you instead of me, or instead of I, or she. It's more like you, so that way you can kind of like really immerse yourself
that
into
role yourself.
Yeah, and then it like honestly, I feel like second person comes so naturally because like I'm just describing what's happening. That way I don't have to sit like make it be like, oh, it's happening to me. It can happen to anybody who's reading. But I feel like not a lot of people outside of fan fiction. There's not too many like second person, like actual published writings. It's mostly first person or third person omniscient. So I like to experiment. I usually try to use fan fiction to kind of like get out all of my ideas. I used to do that a lot when I was in college, because my degree's in creative writing. So I didn't submit any fan fiction as work because I didn't want to be cringy. Like there was one girl who did kind of write. It was like her. I don't think it was fan fiction. Maybe it was kind of fan fiction, but it was kind of cringy. I didn't say that though. Didn't want to be mean. But I was like, I'm never gonna like submit that as like my assignment work. I would be like, maybe now I guess I could, but then no one would know what the hell I'm writing about. If it's like a niche kind of thing. But yeah, I usually do more writing and I commission artwork because I can't draw for shit.
Yeah, and art isn't even
That's
just limited to drawing or painting or anything either. Like, for example, I like making AMVs, and I actually got my Ranmaru AMV into the finals at Anime Expo, so good for me.
Oh, that's cool.
You've never told me about that.
Can we get, yeah, that's awesome. Can we get like a link? Can I see this, or is it too?
I mean, I can post it after, but I don't have it on YouTube, unfortunately.
Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah,
I'd love to see it too.
I want to see this. What song did you use?
I used Our Song by the Spill Canvas.
Oh my god. I haven't heard that band name in a really long time. Haven't heard that name in a long time.
I think the last time I saw them live was maybe like 5 or 6 years ago now. I'm getting old.
Now I'm sure. I'm have to go Google that group again. Probably the last time I heard about them was probably like early high school, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, and another thing, cosplay. That's another form of art that people sometimes do. So I also like to cosplay as Ranmaru a lot when I go to conventions. Do
you carry around a base?
I don't, but I do carry around a bunch of bananas with me.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's awesome. Do you shout banana is perfect at people?
I don't typically, but I do think it's just so funny. And I believe it's an All-Star After Secret. He straight up just brings a bunch of bananas to a photo shoot.
I like to imagine like you walking around in Ranmaru cosplay with bananas and like most people not knowing what the hell that is. But then there's like that one person who's going to walk up to you and be like, oh my God.
No, see, it's always funny. Like when people come up to me and they ask for a picture, then I pull out the bananas out of my bag. And then they're always like, yes.
That's awesome.
Out of nowhere.
That's awesome. I love that.
Speaking of food, would you say like baking also counts as art? Because that's what we tend to do.
Yeah, that would also fit into like the daily life thing also.
Well, because
I guess so.
But
like you said, that's like this is what I'm doing.
How cute the stuff you make is.
Like this is like I'm making my cupcakes with this person.
Yeah.
Like this, we made this together.
We both definitely do a lot of baking for our boys' birthdays. And then also just like making foods that we know that they would like, or, you know, things inspired by them. Like I make banana desserts a lot.
Yeah, you made something really cute for Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
That's
I
so
actually have
sweet.
banana ice cream in the fridge right now. I finally made it. Aren't you proud of me?
Very proud.
That's awesome.
I kept saying I was too scared to make it, so I didn't end up making it for Valentine's Day. But I finally did it.
But he would love to eat some banana ice cream, I bet.
Oh, I'm sure.
And you made it, so it tastes even better.
Eat it. And then finally, on this page, we have merch collecting, which is something I also do way, way too much of. Like, I'm looking right now, and I have 20 granadas on my shelf.
20. Oh my god. I thought I had like a lot of them with just 5, but 20.
I
was gonna say,
a
like,
lot of them.
Like, because, like, Ita bags are also, like, one of those ways, right? So, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have a whole ass Tokyo Ita bag.
Yeah, I have, like,
full
10 different bags just for raw Maru.
Oh my god.
Hi, Dylan. That's one of my other friends. He is with Ibuki Miyota.
Let's go. Nice.
Okay, so yeah, so merch collecting is another big one. A lot of people have seen my Rama room, which is just my entire room is just Ramaru everywhere, and also I have a life-size cutout of him, and it's a lot.
Can't do Ita bags, but I do love my shrines. I think a shrine is also good too. That also helps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like,
and people
I feel
put
like,
together
however,
shrines for birthdays too.
Whatever way you show it, as long as like you feel that you've collected enough that like this is how I show my love, I feel like you're good. Because again, like you mentioned earlier, like there's no one wrong way to do it. Like there's so many.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to do all
ways
of these in order to be considered a Yume. So
yeah. And it's, as we said, there's like different degrees of like casual to serious to,
like,
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
As long
it's
as
your
like,
relationship, it's personal.
Right, like as long as you feel that it's enough, like then it's enough.
Exactly.
So continuing on with that, we have imagination, which, pretty much every Yume does that one at least.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I would hope so.
Yeah. You're a dream girl, you're a dream boy, It's
yeah.
It's all based on, imagining yourself with the character, imagining the character here with you, or you in their universe. That's the one thing that pretty much connects us all together. Another thing you can do is analysis, like Boo and I do. We're just really, really obsessed with getting to know more and more about the characters of our affection. And honestly, it's like being in a relationship and learning all the like little quirks about your partner. It makes me feel closer to him, to like know fun little stories about like, his childhood or experiences that he's had in his life. Like, I always like to bring up that Ranmaru doesn't like lemons because when he was 5 years old, he bit directly into one thinking it was a mandarin orange.
Oh. Yeah, that would put me off lemons too.
Or what's
it's
also
so funny how like a lot of the characters have something they dislike and it just comes from like their childhood.
Yeah, it's like
Ren
pretty
with
much
chocolate and yeah.
Yeah, and that's something that's really great about Utapri, is that it really expands into that with pretty much everyone, and like every little detail about them has a reason behind it.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to find the interview where they reveal that.
That's the content hunting. Ooh.
Made me hungry.
And then finally, there's just living your daily life as if your partner's here with you. So, I like to cook things that Ronmaru likes. I like to bake things with him in mind. I like to imagine him here with me when I'm practicing piano or when I'm singing along to a song. Sitting around listening to music. I like to think about what his opinion on a song would be, just general things like that.
Where you go to bed and you can cuddle with them.
That's what I do. That's why I got. That's why I had that. Well, I have to wash it because it's dirty, but I have the Tokia pillowcase, the L-shaped one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are really great.
Love sleeping on that thing, and so much so it's dirty and I have to wash it.
Yeah, I keep my dream cushion on the couch so that I can just like cuddle him while I'm watching TV. Okay. And then the concept of sharing. So as Yume, the topic of sharing comes up a lot, as there's bound to be a lot of people who love the same character. Some Yume are comfortable with it and some just aren't. And it's the core tenet of Yume etiquette to basically respect a person's feelings on this. So pretty much you kind of have to cater your online experience if you're going to be talking about your Yume with other people or sharing it publicly. So non-sharing Yumes, it's pretty typical that you'll block or mute others who have the same partner as you. And it's not a personal thing. It's just, it's something you have to do for your own comfort. So no go. If you see NG in a bio, that means no go. And it's referring to a Yume that doesn't share and would prefer to believe that they're the only one with their partner. So as I said, you'll typically block dupes for your own comfort, and it's really not a personal thing. It's just catering your own online experience to not make yourself uncomfortable.
It's basically like having a no TP, right? Like, I think everyone just has no TPs, so.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. It's like basically anyone else with this particular character is a no TP to you. And it makes you uncomfortable.
I've seen
and you don't want to see it.
I've seen a few people that I follow because they like Utapri. And so like they use their personal account. I'm not gonna name names or which character they like, but like I follow a few people that really love an Utapri character that they've created a Yume relationship with, to the point where like they have blocked people and stuff where they see like, oh, I saw that this person like followed me. Then I went to their profile and they were like super into the same character and I didn't like that. So I blocked them and it just made me really uncomfortable. Or like they try to message me. So like, yeah, I can totally see like why some people would be like, yeah, that's not for me.
Yeah. So it's like, my main account, which is Megantron, like it's spelled here, that one, I still like kind of gush about Ronmaru and I retweet a bunch of crap and I talk about Utapri nonstop because it's basically the only thing that's ever on my mind ever. And I let anyone follow that one. I don't care. But then my Yume account, it is really personal to me. And the relationship I feel I have with Ronmaru is really personal. And so it's just like, I don't necessarily want to share that with other people who, also may self-ship with him because I like to believe he's only with me. So I am one of those people that will block on that account, at least. It's not a personal thing because obviously I'll let you follow my normal account. It's just that one because it's so, so many of my feels there. It's just not something I feel comfortable sharing with other people who self-ship with my boy. Mm-hmm. And then another way that people deal with the idea of many people liking the same character is the idea of everyone having their own versions. So since we all perceive a character differently and we have our own way that we imagine them, there's a subset of Yumes who believe that, everyone has their own version of the character then. So I'm not necessarily going to be jealous of this because, the Ranmaru that you're with is completely different than the Ranmaru that I'm with, would be the idea there. Just because we have a different history with them, and, the things I know about him are different than the things that you know about him. So it's just, he's basically a different person because of those experiences and the way you imagine them.
Kind of like it's a different timeline.
Yeah, it's like a different universe, I guess, is a way to think of it too.
Universe.
It's not something I can personally get behind, just because I kind of view it as, every relationship's kind of based on the idea of who you know the other person to be. So, like, though my mother and my best friend and my coworker all know basically a different version of me, that doesn't mean that different versions of me actually exist.
Right.
So that's why I can't do it, but, it works for a lot of people. So I'm glad that, it's able to quell their jealousy in a way.
Yeah. Again, there's no right or wrong in this, so.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's why there's so many different ways you can enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
exactly. It's just a personal experience for everyone.
Yeah. And then there are some Yumes that just do not mind sharing. And they may even enjoy gushing with others who self-ship with the same character because, then you can build off of each other and, you can basically be like giggling schoolgirls being like, oh my God, he's so cute. Like, and it's fun sometimes. And then some are just only okay with it in certain circumstances, like, they know another Yume who they feel treats their boy right, or they have a select group of friends that they made, and they think, what, it's okay if you personally self-ship with him. It doesn't bother me because I know you. So, it as I said, it's personal. It's all up to the individual, how they deal with it, and how they feel. So then why do we Yume? Well, why not? So, I mean...
I love this slide.
Yeah.
There's so many reasons, so...
Yeah, there's a million different reasons, but, like, to sum it up, the basic one is you get comfort and companionship. It's the same as having a real relationship. You have that other person there to talk to think about, to, make you feel warm and fuzzy. It's also a way for people to explore relationships in a safe and controlled way. So some people, you've never been in a real life relationship before. You don't really know what it is you want out of a partner. Being a Yume, gives you that time and space to kind of figure out what it is that you're looking for in your ideal partner. And you don't have to kind of endanger your heart so much with, dating around and testing all of these things to realize, what makes you comfortable and what makes you uncomfortable. You can do it in a safe and controlled way. Then another thing is your fictional partner can give you motivation and inspiration. So for both Boo and I, this is basically what made us want to learn Japanese, was to be able to understand Ranmaru Masato.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, Ranmaru inspires me to practice piano every day. And, I want to learn to play bass like him. He makes me want to be a better person and do better because he always puts so much effort into everything. And, I find that inspiring.
Yeah, you want to work to be someone worthy of being by your side, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you see this person who you love so much, and you see all of these amazing qualities in them, and you want to make sure that you can confidently say they would choose me because
Yeah.
I'm confident in myself, and I've worked on myself to be someone who I could truly see standing on like the same level as them. And then also it's a practice in self-love. So like I was saying before, with exploring relationships in a safe and controlled way, you know, you have to like find the things that you love about yourself in being a Yume, because, you know, so much of it is based on imagination. So it's the things you want to hear. And you, in order for like your fictional other to like love you, you gotta love yourself. And it's nice for building confidence and like finding the things in you that are worth loving. And then finally, you just love the character. I mean, I didn't.
Easy as that.
Yeah, when I first saw Ronmaru in the anime, like I didn't know like what he was going to end up meaning to me. I mean, I didn't even like him at first. I thought he was cute, but I was annoyed he was there. But it's just like over so much time, you know, you just you fall in love and you don't really.
It just kind of happens.
It just happens. It just happens like it does in real life too, and that's the thing. Mm-hmm. Like for me, it's very much like a real relationship. I've been with real men before. I've been in long-term relationships. I know what love feels like, and I know what I feel for Ronmaru is love.
Sorry, y'all. There's like weird noises outside. I don't know. I think it's the wind, or cars. I don't know. But oh, that's the end of the slideshow. Okay. Well, I think that this is a great slideshow. I think this is a great presentation because now I feel like I understand it a lot better, and I really like the whole practice and self-love thing, because it's like, you know, there's lots of things that you don't like about yourself and maybe you want other people to like about yourself, so you can, like you said, become more confident. Another thing is like, I feel like, you know, with all this, it's like if I were to get into a real relationship with like a real other person, like they have to accept all of this, all of the Yume stuff, all of my
for sure.
Yeah, me and Ronmaru are a package deal.
If they can't deal with that, then that's a no-go. I'm sorry. we can't actually, no, I'm sorry, we can't be together, you know? Like,
I always feel like my standards are so high because of Masato. Like, there's just no guy like him.
That's the other thing too. It's like, they kind of rate these anime boys. They like raise the standards for me. Like, I want a man who's just like that. But you know, real guys, just remember, real men can be trash. 2D men ruined my life. No, sorry, 3D men ruined my life. 2D men saved it. I'm sorry, I messed that up. That's a
2D men ruined my life in a different way.
Yes,
I was about to say the same thing.
That's what I have on my TikTok account. Like at the top, it says 3D men ruined my life and 2D men saved it, because real men, real guys have ruined my life. They suck, but the 2D men, they're always there for me. They're there for me.
Ruin my wallet.
They know, they know how to make me happy, and they just look good. Sometimes real guys don't look good, don't smell good at all.
My Ronmaru perfume on right now.
Don't dress good, but
beautiful.
The 2D men, they know how to dress, smell, and look good, and sound good. So, with all of that said, are there any like pictures or anything that you guys wanted to share of your Yume ship? I'd love to see some if you want to share any. Unless if they're like too personal, like that's totally fine. But I would love to see some examples of like what y'all have.
Yeah, I definitely have a bunch I could share. But...
Okay, sure. So let me get rid of this screen.
Let me see.
But thank you for the presentation, Megan. I really enjoyed the presentation. While you guys look for that stuff, I'm going to read some comments here. While y'all do that.
Actually, I can open my Google Drive.
I do eat bags and work in a future shrines because me need more space. Same. I'm just chilling here with my Daki next to me as we're listening to this podcast. Very nice. It feels so real. Yeah. Exactly. Why not Yume? 3 and 5 for me. Oh, did you mean the reasons?
Okay, so how many should we send? Because
Yeah, I have like a bazillion of these.
Reasons.
yeah.
But together, do not separate. Another reason to be men. 2D men won't let you down. 2D men are best men. I used to loathe Kamyu. Okay, Mimi. She says as Kamyu is her icon. I love Luthier. Woo. What game is that? Who's it? What game is he from?
It's from Fire Emblem.
Which Fire? Okay, I've only played 3 Houses, so like, is it from an earlier Fire Emblem game?
Cindy, you go ahead and talk about that because I don't remember too many details about Luthier.
I send a bunch of commissions in a Discord chat.
Oh wow, okay.
Wait, okay. That's how we're doing
Also,
it?
the third one I drew myself. So
Oh, I should. Where's my one from?
Let's see.
Hold up. Let me go to Discord.
Ah, okay. Mimi, I'm so serious. He drove me mad and then, well, gestures vaguely, you know. Yeah, I know. Okay. Let me see. How can I add these pictures here?
I have no clue.
Without,
I don't know how this works.
Because I just don't want to, like... Oh, these are cute that you sent in Discord. I just don't want to show the all the Discord chat.
I don't know if there's somewhere else I can send them.
Let's see. Let me see. Extra camera. No, I don't want to upgrade. Let me see if I can download all these.
There it is. Okay, that's probably too many already, but whatever.
Okay, let me
Those are so
let me
good.
save all of these images to my computer, and then let me see if I can make a slideshow. I'll delete them afterward if you want me to, so that way I'm not I don't have y'all's private picture, y'all's pictures. On
I mean, we have them on our Twitter accounts.
Yeah, that's true. But I would just feel weird that I have other people's Yume ships on my computer. Okay, let me see if I can make a slideshow. Yeah. Oh, do I have to make an actual slideshow first? I just wanted to Oh yeah, I have to make them into a PDF. Oh, well, if I go to my downloads folder, right? Hold on, let me make a separate folder. So that way I can just
I'm sorry, I'm out of control. I added 2 more.
It's okay. Let's see. Ah! Combine files in Acrobat. Wait, is it gonna upload or it's gonna open Acrobat on here? Okay. technical difficulties, y'all. Oh, okay. Let me save these that you added, and we'll go over them because I think they're all really cute. Very cool. Okay. All right. So, give me a second. Let me just combine all of these. God, it's been a while since I've used Adobe. I'm making a PDF. Sorry for the delay, everyone. If you want to read some comments and respond to them, go for it.
Well, so everyone in the comments, who's your boy? How'd you find him? Or girl? Because I know Dylan was here too. And what do you love about them most?
Let's share your
Everyone
Yume.
typing aggressively.
Okay, let me save this. Chat, please answer their questions. Unless you're all typing
Aggressively.
aggressively.
Mimi loves his sense of humor.
All
That's an
right.
interesting choice for Cameo.
Okay, I'm uploading the slides. So let's see. Hopefully it works. Several people are typing. That's a big question, though. You gotta give us a minute. Okay, yes. Tokyo Shining Live. I need a full essay and an hour. I mean, same. What? There was an issue with my file.
No.
Oh no.
If it won't upload my file, I can at least I'll just share my screen and we'll just look at the pictures together. I'll just scroll. Squints. XD. Ah, you like that this man studies a lot. Very nice. Also, yeah, his smile, shining personality, love for kids, his positivity, need a PowerPoint. I can see why you would like. Okay, it's not gonna do it. So let's
Make a PowerPoint and get on the podcast.
Oh, I can make a PowerPoint about how much I love Ronmaru. But that's not what we were here for today. We were explaining Yume.
Here we go. Okay.
Very true.
Here is my PDF. Can y'all see it?
I sure can.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah,
So
it's a
embarrassing.
PDF. Sorry, y'all.
No balance. No boolid.
All right. Can I get rid of this on here? I guess
I
not.
think if you like full screen it.
How do I do that?
I don't know. Through Acrobat, probably file something.
I don't know how to do it. I'm not gonna try anything because you can see my screen. Well, okay. So, oh god. Okay, here we go.
Ah!
So, Boo, what is happening in this picture here? This is cute.
Well,
This is
actually,
really pretty.
I was actually going to write like a little story for this one. It was meant to be for White Day, but it's already been White Day like a few days ago. But basically, he gave me like the Lily of the Valley hair clip kind of thing that's in my hair for White Day, and like I'm kind of meant to represent the lantern he had in Snowballad. Like the lantern has the same flower on it. So,
Oh, that's cute. Didn't mean
yeah.
to put a box for text up there. That's super cute. I like that. Okay, next. So what's happening in this picture, Megan?
Okay, so in Shining Live, Ronmaru had a fireworks event, and fireworks are like one of my absolute favorite things in the world. Like probably my top 3 favorite things are Ronmaru music and then fireworks. So it was really, really special for me to get that event because I just think they're so beautiful and fleeting, and they bring out this sense of childlike wonder in me. And when I first saw the card, I was just so happy seeing it because he had this expression like he was more interested in watching me than watching the fireworks. And he was like more interested in how I was reacting to it. And that's what the story ended up being too. So like that just made me really happy.
That's cute. That's very sweet.
And it's also reminiscent of in All-Star After Secret, there's this moment where you get off the bus too soon and then the next bus doesn't ever end up coming, and you're just like walking around in the dark for like hours, and you just end up sitting on the ground looking at the stars together. And there's just this one CG where Ronmaru's looking at the stars and talking about his dreams, and Haruka's looking at him rather than looking at the stars. So it's kind of a role reversal of that moment, and I just think it was really sweet.
That's cute. Damn, that's a lot of fireworks. Holy shit. They're all off of it. That's pretty magical. I love that. I like his little blush. That's so cute.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys on the screen can see that, but look at this. He has a little blush. That's cute. Don't really see him blush too often, so I like that. Okay, next. Oh, that's cute. That's adorable.
Yeah. So this one is us taking a nap in his apartment. So it's all the same details from his apartment that you can see in All-Star and All-Star After Secret. So it has his bases, it has his couch, it has his CDs and his stereo system and all that. And actually the base in the front here, this silver one, I have it in real life. I put a lot of research into it to find the exact base that they almost certainly based his in the anime and the Otome game off of. It was only sold in Asian markets between like a certain number of years. That was around when Utapri came out. And based on like the headstock and the general shape and the number of tone knobs and things like that, I pretty much found the exact one that I'm nearly positive Ronmaru's is based off of. So having that piece of his home in, you know, my real life, that was important to me because, you know, base is his life and it's so important to him.
Base is life.
Too many of mine in a row.
I didn't mean for that to happen. This just is how I combined them together. It's probably by the file names.
Yeah. Okay. So this one, I live in Austin.
Nice.
Austin, Texas. And there's this one wall on this one taco restaurant that is pretty, you know, a tourist attraction because it says, "I love you so much." And people love to go and take pictures there together as a couple or as friends. And it's very Instagrammable. So
where in Austin is that? I've been to Austin I'm from El Paso. So, and I have family in Austin, but I've never seen this wall.
Yeah, it's on South Congress. So it's like this like main shopping district area. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's just this Instagrammable wall that everyone likes to take pictures at. So, you know, since I live here, I needed to have my boy here and
that's cool.
Have that moment of us together. So we're both in his Prince parka and just having our moment in front of the "I love you so much" wall.
That's cool. I like that. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, too many of me. Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll get to you, boo. We'll get to you. We'll do a bunch of yours in a row.
Okay. So this one was based on another Shining Live event.
Which one
it
is
was The Shining Superstars.
Is that
I think
the
it might
one
be
where-
named something else in Japanese.
Is that the one where like
Like Shiny
someone
Star
helps-
Life?
Yeah,
Is
it
that
was
the one where
Shiny Star
someone,
Life.
where one of the other guys helps them, and that they're the SR?
Yeah, so
okay.
it's the one where they have their instruments and then they like put on like an individual concert.
Yeah.
So I thought Ronru's outfit was just like really stupidly sexy in this one. It's like my favorite outfit he's ever been given for a stage costume, and I like that it's basically just a hotter version of his stage costume in All Star.
I zoomed out so we could see the whole picture.
Yeah. So, I like the idea of giving him a kiss as he goes off on stage, or, when he comes back,
Yeah,
when he's done. So
that's cute.
I like to think that I'm in the wings all the time.
Okay.
There we go.
Here we
Massive
go.
boo.
Oh god.
This was cute. I like
Thank
this
you.
one. Gotta zoom in a little bit more so you can see it better.
I believe I commissioned this one back when like the picnic set came out in Shining Life.
Oh yeah, I recognize this outfit.
Yeah, I thought he looked so like boyfriend shaped, and
That is a boyfriend outfit.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then I tried with the pose. I tried to kind of represent his more playful personality that you see in the games, and yeah, I thought it was really sweet. It's pretty simple commission, but very cute.
I love the like white outline on the red background. That's really cute. Oh gosh.
It's so big.
This is a good one.
Okay, there we go. Now we can see
This is one of
the
my
whole
favorites.
picture.
It's-
Oops, sorry.
Oh.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, so this one I got done for our 5-year anniversary this year. So,
Woo!
just
Congrats.
a very sweet wedding shot. So we both have our wedding rings, obviously, and we're wrapped in my veil. I've actually worn that dress IRL. The first time I got a wedding commission done, I actually sent a picture of myself in the dress to the artist for her to use as the base model, and then pretty much from there, I've used that same commission every time I get a wedding commission done, so that it'll have that same dress. So it is special to like see myself, with him at an actual wedding. And then also this particular comm, I have another piece that goes with it where it's him lifting up my veil, but it's not one that I share with anyone because I don't typically share my solo commissions of Rand because I just, they're for me.
Oh, is it like a POV?
Yeah, so it's like my
okay.
point of view,
Right.
him lifting up my veil.
I can see why that would be more personal. But that's really that's very sweet. I love that.
Yeah.
So you can
Yeah,
kind of
so
like
they kind of like
look at
lead
it.
into each other.
kind of look at it and then relive it whenever you want. That's really cute. I love that.
Mm.
That's very sweet. And my heart. I'm wearing all black, guys, and I like wearing black, but I promise my heart is not all black. It's very cute. Oh, this is adorable. I like the
Thank you.
shoes.
Yeah, I looked at the shows from like
So
I got
what's
them from
going on?
Pinterest, I believe. So
Well, clearly we can tell what's going on in this picture, but like, what's the story?
well, so actually I've been wanting a merry-go-round commission of Masato for like ages, and then in Shining Life they came out with a amusement park cart, where he was on a carousel, and I don't know, it just felt meant to be. And then basically commissioned us together on the horse because he's like a knight on the horse, and I don't know, it just felt
Aw.
special to
He's
be like
like-
behind him and hold
It's
him.
like trying to talk to you and you just kiss him. He's like, whoa.
Yeah.
He did not
Cute
expect.
little blush on his cheek.
I know the look. More blushies from the book.
I always love how this
I love
this
when
artist
they
draws Masato.
blush. I love when they
I
blush,
adore
and
Marine Jelly.
we never really get them blushing too much. I feel like in the Ultimate games you get blushy cheeks, but like, I want these boys to have more blushy cheeks. They're so cute.
It's very cute.
All right, who's next? Oh, this one's cute. That's adorable. I'm gonna say all these
Another
are
Marine
adorable.
Jelly.
So
I
that
keep
one's
saying
also
it's
from the
adorable.
same artist.
I can tell. You can tell it's the same
Yeah.
like style. That's cute.
It's more of like a spring summery commission. His outfit is from the Prince Somerset from I don't know when, some kind of Prince Somerset. And then basically what I wanted to do is have him be more reliant on me and have him be more vulnerable with me. So he's like falling asleep on my shoulder, and yeah, really makes me feel at peace just to know he's like
So
trusting me enough.
what are you reading? Do you know what book this is?
No.
It's
I'm just like reading to him, and he just feels like warm and cozy and just falls asleep.
This is like a relaxing
Like
private
reading him a nursery
moment.
rhyme so he can go to bed.
Yeah.
Very cute. I like the skirt
Thank
Yeah,
you.
your
and
outfit's
the
super
shirt's
cute.
very cute. Oh my gosh. Why do you do this, Adobe?
Okay, so this one I drew
Is this
myself.
the fox card?
Cute.
Yeah, it is.
That's so cute. I almost said wolf, but I'm like, no, Tokyo's the wolf. He was the fox. So are you also a fox?
No, I'm a bunny, but I tend to like
Ooh.
being like a little Netherland dwarf bunny, and they have like the little tiny upright ears instead of
Uh-huh.
the loppy bunny
Mhm.
ears.
That's cute. Aw.
Well, that's basically it. Like when I draw for myself, I tend to go for
You
really
drew
basic
this.
concept. Yeah.
Oh,
when I
that's
drew myself.
awesome. That looks really
Thank
great.
you.
That looks so cool. I love that. You guys, do you
Actually, I
guys
have
do
one.
commission? You don't have to commission.
Where's mine? There actually is one piece
Yeah.
I drew that I would probably want to share.
Gosh dang it!
It's like really
Adobe.
important to me.
Oh yeah, I
Let me
could
see.
share it. I just I'll figure out how to share it. Okay. Anyways,
Hold up.
this one's cute. I like the cat on your head.
Oh, that's my cat in real life.
Oh,
Her
this
name's
is your real
Yume.
cat. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. So this is the year. This was his birthday that year. I bought him the base, and then I also
Oops,
made
sorry.
him those exact cupcakes in real life.
Ooh, what
so
flavor?
They were devil's food.
Ooh,
Um,
delicious.
yeah. So I have pictures of basically like everything from that year. You know, just so that like I have documentation that this is basically how we celebrated his birthday. And so this is just, you know, a commission to see him on his birthday with me.
All right, what is this one?
Okay, so this is another. This one is Tanabata, which is a Japanese holiday on 7/7 each year. Basically, it celebrates the Star Festival, where the whole thing is there's these two stars that are like separated by the Milky Way. And there's Orihime and Hikaboshi, and they can only meet one day a year because like flock of magpies comes and makes a bridge for them so that they can see each other. So it's Tanabata is a really important holiday to me just because it's like, you know, Ramaru isn't here with me. And fate has separated us in the same way that Orihime and Hikaboshi are separated by, you know, the heavens. So it's just kind of that idea of maybe someday I'll get to meet him. Maybe it'll be in my dreams. Maybe it'll be, you know, after I'm dead or something. I just hope in some way my love is reaching him. So it's kind of a representation of that, and, you know, us as those two star-crossed lovers.
God, it's so cute. I'm like gonna cry. God, it's like I get super emotional. Everybody listening and watching. So yeah, that's like that's so cute. Okay, I think that's all the pictures that I have in one thing. So if y'all want to share some more. You can. I just have to figure out how to add them.
Let me see if I can just like share one screen or something.
Yeah, you can share your own screen if you want to. You can do, when you go to present and you click share screen, you can do like window, and then it'll have your windows that are open. So you can do that if you want.
I have like a few that are not appropriate to share here.
Yeah.
So you got some.
Yeah,
it's
I'm like
okay.
looking through all of my commissions
okay.
and just like, oh, I should probably not.
It's
share
okay.
This.
I've gotten a few of those as well that I don't share with anybody because they're explicit.
Okay, so
here we go.
Yeah, so this is one that I drew, and it's not particularly my best work or anything, but it's something I drew for Obon, which is a Japanese holiday, basically, where you celebrate your ancestors and your dead. So it's essentially Japanese Day of the Dead. And it's like supposed to be the one time of the year that your departed family members can like come back and like be a part of this land of the living. So because Mamoru's father died when he was so young, he never got to introduce his wife to his father or his girlfriend or anything. And I just think that us going to meet him and, basically him introducing me to his dad via basically essentially visiting his grave. I just think that would be a really important moment for him, especially because he has such a complicated relationship with his dad, because for so long he kind of viewed his father's early departure as this sign that he must not have loved his family enough. So it took him like a long time to come to terms with that and, see that just wasn't true. So I just think that it's an important step for him as a person to accept, the love that his father did feel for him and realize that, it's not because he didn't love him that, he died so young. And I just think that it would be important for the person who basically kind of helped him overcome that feeling to be introduced to his dad. So that's that.
Tearing up.
I know, it's like, oh my god. I mean, yeah, obviously we can't share the NSFW ones, but good on you for getting those, because I have some too.
Yeah, I won't share them.
I will say I did commission one of myself insert with Tokyo and Ren, and that's all I'm gonna say. It's glorious. I love it.
Valid.
I love it so much because I just like I like the idea of having like those two specifically like have to like share me between each other and like fight over me a little bit, maybe, kind of, not all the time, but like I wish they did more things together. I want a duet with those two, damn it. Broccoli, Elements Garden, are you listening to me? I just want a duet between those two. Lol, NSFW. Hey man, we're all adults here, I think.
I hope so.
Maybe not in the chat, but like, us three talking here. Like,
who's seen one of my sexy commissions?
Mm-hmm.
The spicy lipstick ad one.
I love that card so much. That card is what made me like Namaru. Was that card, because I got the card and I did the date and I was like, yeah, you know what? He's kind of sexy. Like, he's cool. I like him now.
You're really into the sexy voice, huh?
I am. Guys, if you don't follow my TikTok, like I love Suwabe. So like, I love the sexy voices, his especially, but Yeah, I like the sexiness. It's because I want to hear that, like in my ear constantly because, like, I want to feel validated, But
Oh my god, the most recent Whisper CD.
all right.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So, is there anything
So
y'all want
cute.
to add in terms of like Yume stuff before we move on to
I
the
don't
next topic?
think so.
I don't think so. Does anyone have any like questions?
Yes,
or
in the
anything?
comments. Do you guys have any questions?
OMG,
Same, me too. OMG. Are we all talking about we love the sexy voices? Is that what we're talking
Yeah,
about?
I'm like wondering what this
in the
is
chat. Is that what you guys are
response
saying?
to.
Same too? Because I mean, or like the whole validation thing. Because I just need a hot guy's voice to tell me I'm amazing. I love the situation dramas. Okay, yeah. Chat, do you have any questions about Yume culture? Rentoki, yeah, same. Girl. Rentoki. Okay, that's what we're talking about. Guys, like you have no idea how badly I want a duet between the two of them. Like, I would die. I would just die. Like, we get that little bit from Revolutions, and that's like the worst Star song. Is Revolution, like, it's not a bad song. It's just like out of all of their like group songs from like the anime specifically, like that's like my least favorite.
I like
but that's
it,
the
but...
only
I
damn
think I like
song.
Revolutions better than Modulab 2000%.
That's the only song where we get like the little like duet between them, and also they like caress each other's cheek, kind of, which I like. Wait, you like that one better than 2000%?
I do, and I'm not ashamed.
Oh my god, the
Somebody's
Discord
gotta
is
say it.
starting.
Oh my god, huh? I'm shocked, dude. 2000% is like my favorite Star song.
Actually,
It's
if
one
I
of my
can be
favorites.
controversial, I think 1000% is like the worst song out of all four of them. But it's like the classic, So
Ooh.
you can't
We're
dislike
pulling
it.
out
But
the big guns here.
Oh my gosh. I could say a lot about those two, but that's for another time. I would like to hear that. Please tell me, DM me, Mimi. I want to hear what you have to say. The whole first verse of Star Wish. Oh my god.
Oh my god, Star Wish.
Ugh.
Oh, how I love that song.
Girl. Yeah, legit, Star Wars didn't have to go that hard, and then they did. Oh my god. I'm gonna go listen to that song later, after this. Well, wait a minute, Boo. What do you mean? Explain.
I'm sorry. No, I'm just saying, like, it's the most. It's like the classic, but it's not as good as the rest.
I understand what you mean, because that's like in terms of the anime, like that's their first like group song.
Yeah, and they always
ever.
use it for like the encores and stuff. So
yeah,
like, you have to like it, but I don't like it best.
It can get a little like, okay, yes, we know the song, but I will tell you, I've shown my brother the anime because I forced him to watch it with me. That's like the one song he remembers is 1000%. He's like, yeah, the Doki Doki. He's like, that's like, he knows the song. And he's like, my brother's one of the
most fun one to sing along.
My brother's one of the people, like, when I showed him Module of Kingdom, he was like, wait, where's 1000%? I wanted to hear them sing 1000%. And I was like, yeah.
Well, in all the real lives, they
I was like, that song's not in here. And he was like, what the fuck? Why? That's like their best song. And I was like, because they have other songs. I know. I need to show my brother one of the lives. But they're like 4 hours long. I don't think he'd want to sit down.
The early ones aren't. The early ones are only like 2 hours. But
yeah.
Then, like once you get into like 6 stages.
Yeah.
Like
once you add all the other groups, it becomes like a 4-hour event. But I don't mind that. They need to do a whole video for it, except it would have slaughtered us. Oh, for Star Wish. Yeah.
No, so Quartet Crown, that's the one that would have slaughtered us. Whew.
1000% was my first Star Wars song, so yeah, I'm kind of protective about it. Okay, my favorite Quartet Night song, that I think is the best Quartet Night song. You can disagree with me, but I will stand my ground. I think God's Star is the best Quartet Night song.
You know what? I respect that. Respect that answer.
It's so good.
I'm gonna be real with you. I was so sure that Quartet Knight was going to win. I was so sure they were going to win with Godstar. Like, I remember watching Starish perform We Are Starish, and I was like, damn, I can't believe they're really going to let Quartet Knight win. And then I was so traumatized by Starish actually winning, I straight up forgot the end of the anime, like, for years.
Oh my god.
I will tell you, like, Godstar, and like, I remember the first time I heard, like, the full version, because they don't play the full version in the anime. When I first heard the full version, you'll probably know what part I'm talking about. There's a part that Namadu sings. It's just, like, just him, and I, like, remember hearing him be like, oh my god, this is, like, the greatest Quartet Knight song ever. Like, there's just a part that he has, it's like a solo part. It's like he says, like, one thing. I can't remember what it is.
Every time Ronmaru sings, I think to myself, how do people not immediately fall in love with him? Like, every single time I hear him sing. Like,
I think that's the best Quartet Knight song.
Yeah, I respect that answer. I'd probably say that my favorite for the longest time has probably stuck with being Starlight Memory.
Oh, I like that song too.
Oh, that's a good one.
It rocks hard.
I would say, in terms of Starish songs, God, well, now that the Starish Tours stuff came out, I like Starish Tours and I like Start Hours. But I really like Ultra Blast from Mochi Love Kingdom. I think that's like the best.
Ultra Blast is a great song.
It's a fun song.
It changed like the future of Starish music.
Yeah, because it's like they don't have any other songs that sounded like that up to that point. So I was like, oh, this song slaps so hard. Oh my! I was like, they've become men.
Yeah,
because of this.
They've
song.
matured for sure.
And then they did dumb dance moves in the movie that I thought, I'm like, why is that the dance move you chose for that? But
I like the dance. I don't remember anything.
There's just some dance moves that look awkward in like the 3D models, and I'm like, okay, yeah, you couldn't animate that any other way. I was just the question I was going to win despite me being a Starish fangirl. So
yeah,
I was shocked.
I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked, and it, as I said, it like traumatized me to the point where like I straight up did not remember the ending of the anime, and like I was making my roommate watch through the whole series with me in preparation for Kingdom, and like I told him wrong information that the anime ended with us not knowing who wins, because like I straight up didn't remember that it ends with Starish winning because I just pushed it out of my mind.
I remember thinking they would like choose all of them as the winners, so they would all be able to do a concert together. Yeah. It was kind of weird for them to choose Starish. I mean, it makes sense because we've been following them.
It makes sense because they're the main group. So like, why wouldn't they win? Like, you know. But I mean, there have been series of like sports anime where like the main team doesn't win like the whole thing, like, you know, and it's okay, like no one died or anything, so like whatever. But yeah, I feel, well, they want to go with like the safe answer. Like if Starish didn't win, I feel like people would have like, you know, rioted in the streets or something. Okay, so before we move on to the next topic. Oh, hold on. Let's see more comments. I was having Starish win, but I don't know, man. We Are Starish is a good song, but I don't know why that was the song that they chose to sing at the thing. Because I'm someone who I really like 2000%. Mostly because of the costumes. I think those are like their best costumes that they've ever had. Anything Utapri related. I wish they had given them those costumes as cards in Shining Live. Oh my god, I would have left Tokyo in that costume if I got to. Right? I wish they all won. The winner is obvious, though. It's implied. Oh,
I think he's saying
we're talking about your Didn't Godstar? Yes, it did. Godstar it sold more records than any of the other ones.
So in your face, Starish.
So yeah, like in terms of like actual like sales, yeah, Quartet Knight's like legit. If Starish didn't win, there would have been another season. I mean, yeah, there would have been another season. They would have had okay, we gotta do a recount, guys. They have to compete.
We have to do recount number 3.
I loved We Are Starish. I don't know what can be. It's not like I hate it. I like that song. I'm just like,
it's definitely grown on me over time. I
absolutely adore We Are Starish.
I like the acapella part, and I like that they put like Welcome to Utapri World in there at like the end. like in the music. I like that. It's just
I love like the deep vocals in the acapella part. It's so good.
yeah, it's cool.
So
it's
good.
really cool. I really like it. It's just not one of my top like 5-star songs.
Yeah, I was
It would
telling
have been
Boo
another
today,
season regardless of
Star
who won.
song is one that's
Yeah.
trapped in Tokaten Hell, which is Rain or Shine, which like so many people haven't even heard because
It's so good.
you have to get so the way you got the CD was by buying the 3 switch ports of the Starish like Otome games. So that would be Utapri Repeat Love, Amazing Aria, Sweet Serenade, and Debut. You had to buy all 3 of those games. Then you had to take these little tickets that were inside, like a UPC code, tape them to a postcard,
do all these
and
steps?
mail it in physically, like mail a physical postcard into Broccoli. And then they sent you a CD with 2 songs on it.
Yeah, I remember buying all of the games just so I could get that CD, and then I ended up forgetting to actually send all the cards and stuff.
Oh
so.
no.
Yeah, it really sucks, but oh well.
Yeah, I ended up like having to FedEx it to my friend in Japan, like overnight. So it was like $60 just to send that one stupid package, like with a postcard in it, and then they sent it in for me and got me my CD. So I had that physical copy, but like.
I cried at the moment Utapri wrote part in me. I cry every time they add in like other songs like in the music. I always think it's really cool. Or when they have the lyrics and then they say like the title of their song for their solo song from like that album or a season or whatever. I think that's cool. First I was a Gusser defender, but rewatching the enemy this past winter. I think We Are Stars deserve the win. Mimi, you're being very.
It's like when you look at like rewatching the anime, like now that I'm not like traumatized by it or whatever. Like I can definitely see like the overall vision, whatever, that they were clearly making We Are Starish the better performance. Like I see that now, but I still think God Star is a better song.
I feel like it all depends on taste too, though. That's
terms
why I
of
feel like they all should have just made them win together.
That's why. I mean, they're from the same agency. In terms of like,
but
which
we
is
also
a
had
better,
Heavens, and that was the entire reason that we did this whole recount was so that Heavens could participate, and then Heavens wasn't even really in the running because, like, come on, like that song didn't.
I don't hate Heavens, okay? We haven't spent enough time with them, so I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I like
when.
When
okay, the lyrics also come how this is the beginning of the first episode of the first season. Really, I don't remember. It's been a while since I watched season 1. I agree.
Well, you should be joining us for our weekly anime watches,
and to be there by a very early date, like very soon after debut came out. We Are Stars with the best music, dance music, and presence. So I go, yeah, it's also a competition of like who, like they have to be a good.
Yeah, I agree with this take.
If it was just rated by song, Godstar was a clear. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go listen to Godstar after this for sure.
Yeah.
Remember, Corta and I went, yeah, they did win the first time before the redo. They were the ones that were like, hey, let's like have a competition.
No, baby, why'd you do that?
Because
I wanted you to perform at what's essentially just the Olympics.
Because Reiji is a nice guy. We need more Heavens.
I was saying Ramaru. I was saying baby.
Oh. Well, I mean, Reiji's the one who said anything. The other three are just
he's the leader.
I guess. He's a good boy. All right.
Reiji is a good boy.
So now, here's the part of the show where I'm going to talk about really very, very quick any Utapri news that happened between the last episode and this episode. And that important news is that you can now watch Starish Tours on High Dive. If you have a High Dive account and you're in the US, I think it's just the US. Unless you join the Discord server for Saotome Academy, they've been streaming the. It's just been like intermittently, right? Like every few. weeks.
So when it first came out, we streamed it twice, and then Boo was streaming it when it first got put on Unext. And then we're gonna do more streams of it once we have the Blu-ray copies.
Mhm.
So yeah, if you guys want, if you have a High Dive account and you want to watch it with English subs, you can watch it on High Dive.
I
And you
believe
can
I
do
was
it
able to watch a
whenever.
special from Europe, so
You can do it whenever. I checked. They actually finally responded to me on Twitter when I asked them a damn question. As you guys remember, I sent them 2 angry emails before. And
oh yeah, I remember.
every time I responded to them on Twitter, they never said jack shit to me. So this time, they actually responded to my question because I was like, is this a one-time thing? Because, of course, they're going to premiere it at a time when most people my age are working. And they do it on a Monday. Like, why? And then they're like, no, you can do it whenever. I've watched it twice. So now, what I'm going to do is we're going to talk about Star Wars Tours. So if you haven't seen it yet, this is your spoiler warning. But again, you can watch it various ways if you haven't already seen it. And both Megan and Boo have watched it several times. So you know what happens.
Yep.
I'm in 2 digits.
They've watched it like 10 times. I've taken notes. So I'm going to tell you this was my second time watching it, okay? So we're going to go over, I'm going to read you my notes of what I wrote and then we'll talk about it because I think what I wrote, some of it's hilarious and stupid and some of it is just me making commentary.
I'm so curious.
All right, so it starts see, now we're going back through my notes, and I'm like, what? What does this mean? Okay, so first, well, if you watch it on High Dive, you get the little, like, announcement at the beginning that I guess was at the beginning of, like, all the Japanese showings, where they're like, you can't have light sticks, you can't scream, you can't do anything. Like, you have
They
to
also
just
had
watch
that
it.
at the US showings, and like so many of us were just like, nah, we're not going to do that. Like, we just told the rest of the theater,
fuck the rules.
like, we're cheering. Don't listen to them.
Yeah, so that's at the beginning. I didn't write any notes for that because I'm like, I'm at home by myself. I can scream and use my pen light however I want.
Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, don't tell me what to do. Boys, men. I was gonna say bitch, but I don't want to call any of them that because they're all sweet. Anyways. Okay, so I started. The first note I wrote was, those poses with names, though. What? I don't know what that means. I guess when they're... What?
Like when they're going through like each of the boys and like it has their names next to
yes,
the
when
picture of them.
Okay, I remember what I mean now. When it shows their like intros of like the still pictures of them and they're like with their name on the globe and shit. I just thought some of those poses, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Like Tokyo's, he's like that. I thought that was interesting. I was like, hey, I like that. Anyways.
Don't you have like acrylic stands of those?
Were they in those
like
poses for the acrylics? I don't remember.
I think they made some acrylics of those.
My next note is
they
who
have them in the
taught
pilot
them
costumes at least.
My next note is who taught them to fly? How long did it take them to learn to fly these jets?
That's what I keep saying. I keep being like, how'd they get these pilot licenses?
I'm like, how did they? I'm like, no.
When did they have time for this?
Only one of them knows how to damn drive a car. How did all of them?
I was gonna say that. Like,
so you have a love helicopter.
I wrote.
Yes.
I like the initials on each plane. I noticed that they have their initials on the door of whoever's plane it is. I love the stage setup. I really like that it's like in the round stage. That's really cool.
See so it's like an S shape, and I was just thinking, like, if you're there in the crowd, what if you got like a really close spot, but it's not for your boy's performance? That would just like break your heart so much because it goes along that snake there.
I wish we'd known about the advisory before because there's some crowd participation between day 1 and day 2 is staggering. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't know. I didn't get a showing here. Thanks, High Dive. Those were Pam Plays Game says those were acrylics. I have the Ren in Tokyo ones. It really was. Day 1 had more than day 2 for me. Okay. It's probably
well,
green
we only got
screen,
one showing in Austin because
Yeah, I talked about that on one of my previous episodes. I was pretty pissed off for y'all because that was really stupid.
I can't believe that happened.
It's
we
probably
sent so many angry emails.
it's probably green screen, lol. I don't know if it's green screen because they're like actually.
I mean, they're
flying
like
them.
doing magic and shit. And
I guess.
Am I allowed to say shit?
Yeah, you can cuss on here. I don't give a
Okay.
fuck. I don't care. This again, we're all adults. Like yeah, it's fine. The only thing we can't really like discuss, I guess, is like NSFW stuffs. Like that's like, but you can like swear. I don't care.
I like holding hands with Ronald.
Oh my god, how dare you?
I'm gonna
that's too dirty.
YouTube's gonna remove my video
Without gloves.
Ooh.
Protected hand holding.
Yeah, in that
Blushing.
one picture
Damn.
I talked about, there's no gloves. Anyway,
Oh my god.
it was the power of anime. No, it wasn't. They learned how to fly those. I want to know who signed off on that. Yeah. If anyone wants to see that, you're more than I can show it to you. It's a really good picture. I really like it. Okay, who is flying them now? Oh, because the planes like fly up, but there's no one in there. I'm like, how did that happen? Computers, I guess. But I'm like, who? No, because no one else is in their planes with them. So like, how does that work? I asked stupid questions. Okay, there's a comment that I made. The 3D models have never looked better than now. We've come a long way.
Oh yeah,
And I feel
they
like
look
that's
beautiful.
totally true, because if you look at when they started using like the 3D models, like in the anime, I'm like, oh my god, that looks like really bad.
Yeah,
I used
they
to,
look really
I called
wonky.
them, I lovingly, jokingly called them like Persona models. They look like from like the Persona games. Not to say that like, because Persona 5 has good models, like 3D models, but like the earlier Persona games where they have like the 3D models, I'm like, that looks not good.
I've been playing Persona recently, so I get what you mean.
Especially in like season 3, like during like Revolutions, when you can tell they're like the 3D models, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
why does it look bad?
in Revolutions?
The
why does
quality has just gone
Revolution
up
look bad?
so much. And also like the way they interact with each other on stage compared to Much Love Kingdom, it's so insane. It feels so real.
It's more dynamic and fluid now.
Yeah.
My thing is like, okay, they did really good like rotoscoping for this, because I can believe that they like are actually like moving. I wrote for Star Tours the song, the lyrics are more straightforward. They say like they're not as like vague with their lyrics anymore, I feel like, because they're not teenage boys no more, they're men, so they will say that like I love you, or like I want to hold you, and stuff like that. At least in terms of like the translated lyrics, they said they sound more like straightforward to me. When they're doing their intros and they're talking like, "Hi, I'm so and so." I wrote, Tokyo looks the prettiest he has ever looked. There's like moments they've done this for him like throughout this whole like movie, of like it's a close up of him. He just looks so pretty. He just looks so pretty.
I like wish I could say like, oh yeah, he does, but like I've only been looking at Masato in every single shot, so he takes up all
be
my
honest,
attention.
I like have not watched Tokyo because like.
Trust me.
Yeah, I know Atoya is your favorite Star Boy, so I imagine
Trust me,
you look at him most.
It's
I look at Atoya and I look at Show. Show always puts on a show.
Trust me,
He
it's
sure
the
does.
prettiest he's ever looked.
I believe you.
He just looks so pretty. Like there's moments, especially in this room, like, oh yeah, I can see Momoru Miyano like looking like that too. He just looks so pretty. I'm like, that's a Momo face right there. They just like, yeah. Ren's intro makes me scream.
They made everyone
Oh,
scream.
it's
at the
it's so
fucking- oh my
extra.
God.
It's so
I
dramatic.
didn't
so
expect
him.
that to happen. Legit,
I
the
can't
first
with
time I
him.
watched it, the very first time, I had to pause and I had to like I literally screamed, and then I went back and I watched it again because I was like, oh my god, I'm like, what are y'all doing?
I can't with him.
What's wrong with you guys? Like,
yeah, it's so good.
like I'm glad I'm at home in my room by myself, because like I think later on I wrote like, oh, my ovaries are shaking or something like that.
Yeah. It was a panty dropper. Let's just be honest.
Ultia's song, I wrote, cool. Stonehenge is an interesting locale.
So what's so funny about that is there's this movie called something Spinal Tap. I don't remember.
Is Spinal Tap?
This is Spinal Tap. So in the movie, it's like following a like fake. Well, I guess they have real songs, but like a fictional band.
Yeah, it's like a parody movie.
Parody, and they have this one scene in it where he wants to have Stonehenge in the background of one of their songs, but then they like have the scale all wrong for the prop designer. And so then he has just like this super tiny Stonehenge. And it's just like, when I first saw that in Starish Tours, it was all I could think about was like, this is Spinal Tap right now. And I just like could not take it seriously at first, but then, you know, Atoya pulled me in because he looked rock as fuck. And I was just, it was everything. I just imagine Mamoru in the crowd just screaming.
I just thought it was so like, I was like, that's random, but I mean, that's like a cool like England locale. Oh, and then I never realized how much English was in his song till I read the subtitles, and I was like, oh, he's saying that in English. Okay. And then I wrote, I've never been to Stonehenge, but I have been to England. It's cool, I suppose. I'm like, wow, Deiji must have like really liked that shit. They're like, oh my god, it's Stonehenge, because he's such an Anglophile.
Teaboo.
Yeah, he is a Teaboo. You know, I was one once too. That's why I went to the UK. No, I'm kidding. I went there for school. I did a study abroad for like 2 weeks. It was cool. But we didn't go to Stonehenge. It didn't sound too much like English rock to me, but like, what do I know?
It sounded good, and that's what matters.
It's a good song, but I'm like, it's not like particular. Like the English rock sound wasn't like. But his outfit was sick.
I think it was just rock in general, but like you know, he had like the Union Jack on his like jacket around his waist, and you know, like it definitely had that England punk vibe as far as like the outfit goes.
Yeah, his outfit was sick. I liked it. Ren's song, I wrote super sexual. Love the moves. Yeah. I wrote this quote that one of the like what its subtitle is. I don't know. Like I don't know if the songs are like directly translated or like what, but this is what the translation with the subtitle says. Is this line is, I'll devour your ripe, fruity sweetness. Sir.
Okay.
Sir.
That sounds like something.
Sir, excuse me. Like, thank God, like, my mom is not here, you know? It's like, oh my God, like, sir, perdóname, excuse me, sir. Dat ass, though, there's a part where, like, when he turns around to, like, go dance with, like, that mannequin, you see his butt, and it looked really good.
Also, his legs are, like, so long in that performance.
He said amor, and I was like, oh, my ovaries. That's what I wrote, my ovaries.
I'm gonna be honest, I was so distracted by show the entire time because it's just like this whole thing is like so sexy, and he looks so cute in the background. Looks so cute.
I'll say so. Holy crap! I died so many times. Off topic, but I saw Spinal Tap in '93. That's cool. I was born in '93.
Me too.
Yes, and now it will be 6 months till I turn 30, and I am not looking forward to it. I want to cry.
Yeah, I already turned 30. I'm an old person.
It's just kind of there in a field. I have never felt old until I like joined TikTok, and I'm like, oh my god, there's all these like Gen Z people on here. I don't know what they're talking about. I'm gonna try to learn.
I can't do TikTok. I have no idea what the kids are saying.
I tried to learn what the youth talks about and what their slang means, and some of it I don't understand. Ren, sir, the mannequin part. Yeah, I like the mannequin part. He kisses the mannequin. I pretended that was me. Okay, anyways. I like the added shot of him sweaty and out of breath, LOL. That's at the end.
There's also, like, right before he, like, goes to the mannequin, he has some sweat dripping down his face, and I noticed that. And then, like, it disappears, like, after the mannequin scene, but it's just, he's already getting all heated there.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, sir. You need some help there afterwards. Call me. Anyway. I like that it's realistic that they're giving everyone the chance to change costumes.
No, they're not.
Well, in terms
Not
of
for
like,
show.
well, for some people, yes. Next was Cecil's song. There was like, I just wrote crotch shot. There was just a part where they showed his crotch, and I was like, all right. It's for all the Cecil
down.
The
fans.
things you focus on.
Yeah.
Well, it was right
But
in the middle
crotch.
of the screen. I wasn't
It's
part
okay, it's
looking. Okay, anyway, it was a close up. Okay. I wrote torrid, which means hot and dry or very strong emotions connected with love and sex. Those are two definitions. And then I wrote,
Okay.
or Cecil appreciates the plus size brand.
Well,
Like
I assume
torrid.
that the plus size brand is somewhat based off of the dictionary definition.
I think so. I shop there sometimes. They have nice jeans. I'm wearing Torrid jeans right now. They're very comfortable. So I'm gonna headcanon that Cecil appreciates the plus size brand. Torrid. I'm sure it's because it's hot. It means hot, like dry, and his is like a dry desert.
Hot love.
Yeah, also he says, like, one of the translated, like, lines was, like, I want to feel you hotter or something like that. So I'm like, oh, okay, it's also, like, this love and sex definition. He flies how?
Because he's magic.
But then why didn't
The
he
way he bends his back at some point is so insane. Like,
My thing, I was like, why didn't he change into a cat again if he's magic?
Well, because the cat thing was a curse.
I guess so, but I like him as a cat.
just
He's a cute
performing as
little
a
black
cat.
cat. He's cute. Sorry, microphone. Yeah. That's my Haruka impression of her saying Kupuru. That was another thing my brother got from the show of me forcing to watch it was Kupuru! Like, we just do that all the time. You can answer this question, Boo, because I don't know. Where is Masato's song supposed to take place?
It's supposed to take place in Scandinavia, which is like an area more than an actual one country.
Okay, because I was
But
confused.
I think it's located more in Norway because it's kind of closest to the Northern Lights and stuff.
Yeah, I was like, where the hell is this? Like, it's very hard for me to tell. But okay, so like Norway. The intro of that song. I was like, those fans are all into. They're all into it? Like telling him they want his H. LOL.
I want the
Oh
H.
my god.
Yeah, like the first time I watched it, I was like, "Oh, this is an interesting intro." I love you. So I was like,
yeah,
so...
I keep giggling
okay.
whenever I see that. I want you H. It's just so funny with such
It's
a
such a
emotional
meme at this
performance.
I love that meme. That's one of my favorite things. Is I want your H. Like, also like the dance move. It's cool. I like that one. I like the snowflakes falling in his hair.
Yeah,
I thought that was cute.
Yeah,
I love
very
that
cute.
part.
I like the change to orange for the flames, which I thought was really cool. When I first saw it, I was like, wait, what? I'm like, oh, it's like the candle flames. Then I wrote, Ren, that is the fastest quick change ever, because he's the bear, one of the bears, which you find out later at the end of the credits. And I was like, oh my god, that is like the fastest quick change ever. So now we're on Naosuke's song.
Well, Boo, do you have more to say about Snow Ballad? Because I know that's a very.
Oh yeah, do you have more to say about Snow Ballad?
Well, I just love like the choreography for that song. Like the way he uses his hands for everything to like convey all the lyrics in the song and visualize them. And it's just I love that song so much.
Let's read some comments. I love Cecil's solo, especially because of Ultaya and Tokyo. Oh yeah, they're a good Ultia winking. I'm like, dude,
Yeah,
this is
Toya winks.
Cecil's song. Why are you winking at the camera? Okay, but it's okay. He can do it. It's fine. Cecil flew in season. I know he did, but like, still,
He's magic.
he's magic since like season. I know, guys.
Agree.
I'm just trying to figure out how does it work with like the production part of this. Okay, like this concert has like
It doesn't have to make sense. It's Utapri.
damn it, guys!
Well,
I'm
how
coming
much
from
money
I'm coming
Shining
from a
Sesame
tech
has?
from a tech background.
You can make anything happen. Made an idle robot, for God's sake.
I guess so. I suppose it was all shining. Ultia, take control of your father. Damn it. Masato's was so sweet. The snowflakes and the candles.
Yeah,
He was
most performance
probably
is so
in
much
the costume
symbolism.
under the
So
bear
good.
costume.
Oh my god, that would be so hot. But
Yeah, how did he like not faint? Lol, probably Natsuki's was so cute and I love the dance. Okay. So
Yeah,
we're on
the dance
Natsuki's
part.
song. I wrote the food with faces is a bit creepy.
Oh, tell you, I can tell you all about it. Oh my god, the eclairs, they're so creepy. I hate
I
them.
think they're cute.
The macarons are cute, but
I was
like
like-
the apples and stuff, no.
when I first saw it, I
It's
was
weird.
like, what? I was like, what the fuck is this?
Exactly. I very much agree.
The song is cute and fun. I like the song. It's very cute.
It's fun to dance to.
I just like imagining like Kisho Taniyama like performing this song like IRL because like I'm so used to seeing him like do Grand Rodeo stuff, so I'm just like, yeah, to see this man like do all the cutesy dance moves would be like so funny. I love that Sho is the girl bear because he has to be cute, but also because he's
Yeah.
the shortest one.
I feel bad for Sho because he wasn't like.
Joe had to do so much during
Yeah.
this live.
Yeah.
Like,
He was
and
in
then,
so
like,
many
his performance
performances.
is like the most like athletic and like dynamic, and like he has to like do so.
I know,
like all these acrobatics and
I'm
stuff.
trying to imagine like the rehearsals and stuff. It's like, oh my god. They're like all out of breath probably.
Jesus Christ, the stamina on that kid.
I like the dance. I did it the whole time. I think it's a fun, easy dance. The 1, 2,
Oh, it's so
3,
fun.
4, 6, 7, 8, and then you do this and you do it again, and then you go like that. So cute.
Yeah, whenever I hear this song, I just have to do the dance.
Yeah, you
It's
have to do the dance.
just- Yeah.
It's required. It's illegal
Okay.
to skip the dance.
Okay, I think that was it. Okay, next Tokyo's dance. Tokyo's song. Trigger chance. Him saying hello
The gun
everyone.
song.
I love it. Anytime he says hello everyone. Cause yeah, it's cute. Anytime, well, it's because for me, like anytime, like even Mamoru Miyano or like just Tokyo in general, like so the character and the Seiyu, every time they speak English, I like it.
Must have loved
Like,
those scenes with Rin in Free then.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was like actually really impressed because I know he's not like a fluent English speaker, so like when I saw that part in that show, I was like, he really did a good job of like sounding like he's actually fluent and like what like he knows he understands and knows what he's saying. Also because it's like, you know, I don't know if you guys got to see Majolive Kingdom at Anime Expo.
I was there for it, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like I got to
He
hear
was
him.
so cute in
I
person.
got to
oh my
hear him say
God.
hi everyone
I'm
like
so
2
jealous.
times because I went to the Human Lost screening before that too.
Yeah, I was in line at 4 a.m., I think. I was third row, so I was like really close to them.
So it was just like I like hearing him say hi everyone. It's so cute. I thought the Broadway like / like American Dream like concept, I think that's fitting because like Broadway is fun. I've never been to a Broadway show. I've been to West End shows. Kind of the same, I guess. I feel like both have like the streets are dirty, but
Yeah, I mean, I saw Phantom of the Opera on Broadway, and it wasn't any better than any other production of Phantom of the Opera I've seen,
Yeah.
to be completely honest, so...
yeah, Momo's lives are really cool too. Are you talking about Break It in English, because there's an English version of his song Break It. I don't know if that's the song you're talking about. Oh, second row, Jay. You're lucky. I was on like the right side and like the middle of the damn like place.
Yeah, I was like dead center, so that was
But
really cool.
it was still really cool. It was really cool.
I was probably like in my bed crying because I couldn't be there.
Yeah, I bought tickets like the second they were announced.
Oh yeah, no. As soon as they announced that they were both going to be there, I was like, okay, I have to go now. And luckily, I graduated from college at the same time, so I was like, I'll have money left over from financial aid that I could just spend on whatever. And then I got cash for graduating from college because you know people give you money for that. I went to that was like I was like, that's my graduation present from you, my parents, and they let me go.
Yeah, I just started like texting my roommate from bed and being like, hey, so you're going to Anime Expo with me and we're going to watch all of Utapri leading up to it, just so you know.
Oh, you know what? I forgot that Beautiful Doll is one of the songs that he has in English. I forgot about that. Yeah. That song too. But there is an English version of Break It. It's really good. I wish I was there too. Oh, you had to leave before the questions?
No.
Wow. Well, that sucks. It was awesome. We sang 1,000%.
Didn't he also do some sexy wanna do it?
Yeah, he did his like signature move where he like lifts up.
Yeah,
he does that like, but we saw it in real life, so that was crazy.
Yeah,
me and my friend almost died of happiness or our ovaries exploding or both.
And then it was like Mamo and Tarashi. They were like asked, like, what is it that you like about Tokia and Atoya? And he was like, I like Tokia because he's sexy.
Yeah.
And then Tarashi was like, I like Atoya because he's cute and nice. And it was just so adorable.
It's so cute. Yeah, their like answers were really cute. Like,
yeah, like they were like trying to answer it in English, so it was like even cuter.
I know. It's just like you're adorable. Oh, that hip dance move that they do where they're like,
yeah,
I liked that. I wrote drool equals drool. I'm stupid. Okay, that was it. That's all I have about Tokia's song. Because
I have a comment about Tokia's song. So I remember they're all like in the OVA leading up to it. They're saying, or not in the OVA, in at the end of Starish Tours, they're talking about, oh, we all actually visited these places and we put our experiences into the songs. And Tokia, his whole song is like shooting guns. No. So it's like, did you get mugged in New York? Is that what this song is about? Tokia, are you all right?
I mean,
that's America for you. Bang, bang.
I have no idea.
Vacuum.
Bing, bang. Okay. My only thing is like, because Renz is like Spain, right? So my thing's just like, can you just go to like a Latin American country instead of Spain? Like, can we just get out of Europe?
I'm not sure it was Spain, actually. I think it was a Latin American country. I'm not entirely sure.
I only think it's Spain because it's more like flamenco.
Yeah.
Dancing, which is like Spain, rather than like anything else from like a Latin American country. Yeah, I don't know. I'm biased because I'm Latina, so like, yeah.
Don't they like kind of spin the globe when they like do the things at the end, like saying where they went to?
I think so.
So can we like check? We should check that.
We should.
I don't know that it was Spain.
Because
like,
I feel like it's also described somewhere.
Yeah, he already did Spain in like the Shining Live event too.
Yeah, my thing is just like, I just want it to be.
I feel like they'd be overdoing it there.
Yeah. Cause yeah, I'm like, if it was Mexico, I would have known. But yeah. If you got, I'm Mexican American. If you guys didn't know. Anyway, I know I'm white as a ghost on the screen, but I promise my last name is Spanish, but I'm Mexican. Okay. I tan really easily. Anyways,
I'm Chinese, but I pretend I'm Japanese.
I can show you guys my 23andMe results. Anyway. Oh, okay. So then I'm on Show's song now. I will say, like, out of all the solos, it's like my least favorite, only because like it just like I like the athleticism and I think the dragon is cool. But I don't know, I'm just like, it's just another Show song.
It's
I
so
really
good.
like the song. I think the
love that
lyrics are
song.
so sweet.
Yeah, and it's really fun to sing along to.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sure it'll grow on me if I watch Star Wars Tours more.
Go
But
fight, Kurusu. Go fight, Kurusu.
it's just because I feel like every Show song, I'm like, it's just a towel song again. Like, I'm just jumping around like swinging a towel.
Well, we need to be able to swing a towel, otherwise Chimono's not going to know how to perform.
And it's because I think Show's best song is I really like Sweet Kiss. I think that's a really fun song. I like that song a lot.
I really
I
like the
like
B-side
the-
of the Star Wars Tours, like Show Star Wars Tour CD. The Dizzy Glow one. That one is so
Mhm.
good.
What are you talking about? Okay, guys,
Yeah, fighting
We're-
words here.
we're not all gonna have the
Gonna
same
go fight
opinions.
Kurusu. You.
No, he kicked my ass. Oof, I am so late. It's alright, you can just watch the VOD when it's over.
Yeah, welcome in. We're still talking.
I'm just okay. I mean, same. The US is an extrovert favorite society, and I'm an introvert. I mean, same. But guys, okay, I didn't say the song was terrible. I'm just saying it's my least favorite out of all of them. There's 7 solo songs, guys. That they have to like. They're not all equal to me. Like the list doesn't go like that. It's stacked.
You will not be forgiven.
Nope. Straight to jail.
That's okay. I'll
No,
pay
I
for
understand.
I'll pay for my crimes. It's because I think there are better songs.
Yeah.
Of his.
I'm a Show stan.
And like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like other characters get better songs all the time. I did write, I will say both Tokia and Show's solos. See, so I'm saying something positive, guys. I can see the say you perform them in my head the easiest. Like
Yeah.
I'm thinking of like when they put Shimono like on the wires where he's like doing the flips and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I can see them like doing that again.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
don't know
that
if
would
you've
be
heard,
cool.
but there-
That would be cool to watch. I like when they do that.
I don't know if you've heard, but they're actually gonna do like a live performance of Star Wars Tours. Like
Yeah,
with
they're
the
going to
Seiyu.
do 2 performances. So they're doing one in November, and then they haven't announced the next date for
Yeah,
the one in 2024.
so that's going to be exciting.
Okay, well, whenever there's a way to watch that, please tell me, so I can watch
going
it.
to Japan.
I want to try to go to Japan for like the second showing, but who knows?
Yeah, same. Because like I already have my trip to Japan in literally 2 days, and I can't afford another one this year.
Well, if they make a DVD of it,
They will.
Yeah, we can always get the
Do
DVD.
little,
yeah. Whenever
Mizu
someone
announcement
gets
alien.
a DVD of it, I'll watch the stream, and then we can make an episode about it and talk about it. And I'll probably just, I don't know, I'll just gush over Momo and Suabe the whole time. Anyway, yes, thank you for enjoying.
Thank you for joining us.
Show has great songs. I never said they were bad.
Get a Ruby.
Why
Gotta
did I...
watch what you say.
Oh, and then I wrote, still a fun song. So look, there you go, guys. I said it was a fun song. I didn't say I hated it.
Ooh, okay, you are forgiven.
It's a
I don't know.
fun
I'm
song.
not
I
convinced.
like the dragon. I think it's cool.
Yeah, the dragon was really cool. Don't know how they did that, but like it doesn't matter.
Magic.
I've learned that
They
to not
stole it
ask.
from heaven.
I've learned to never ask that question. How do they do it? Because the answer is
There
always
is
going to
no
be
logic.
magic. Okay, For You is a cool song. I like the message of it. I think it's a cool song.
I haven't really paid attention to the lyrics for that one.
Podcast over now. Goodbye, everyone. This is the last final episode because I've been canceled.
Well, it was an honor.
I feel so special now.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, this is not the last episode, guys. I'm not canceled. Okay, yeah, I just liked the message. I liked what the translation says in the subtitles. Obligatory 1000% reference. Nice. That was another note that I wrote. The shuffle unit songs are
I don't
great.
remember the lyrics to that one because I only watched it with subs like once, and I don't know.
Okay,
the visuals are so flashy and fast.
Yeah,
It's hard to
I get
keep
distracted because I'm
Okay, I
watching
just
them
checked the
dance.
Star Wars movie. It's over South America, not Europe, so it's not Spain. Okay,
Hey,
good. But which Latin American country, though? There's so many. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Wait, I'm confused.
probably referring to the South America.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. Summarism. I think it's a way cooler song.
I love Summarism. It's so good.
I like both songs.
I initially liked For You better, but then like I watched a performance for Summarism and it was just like it just changed my life.
Yeah, I would definitely say that like For You is a better like bop into the radio song, whereas Samuraiism is like an experience.
Yeah, I just really like watching them do the choreography. I like the katanas.
It's really like an art piece.
I like-
almost.
Yeah,
I
and there's
like-
a lot of focus on Masato because like he gets to be like the central boy.
I know,
he like
I
gets
know,
a different
I
outfit than the
know.
other two. And
I liked when the camera would switch to like someone who's not singing when someone else is singing. If that makes sense. So like if the camera's
Yeah,
on
that makes sense.
Masato,
Yeah.
but Tokia is singing, and then the camera switches to Tokia, but Cecil's singing, and then the camera switches to Cecil, but Masato is singing. I thought that's cool. I like that detail. Oh, and then they make the comment of like, I want I don't remember who says it, but they're like, oh, I want our songs to like reach everyone, even people like outside of here. And so then my comment was, your songs at least reach the US for a limited time in theaters. So there you go. That's my another dig at High Dive from me. I was so mad, guys. You guys know how mad I was. I think it's one of Show's lines. I don't remember what we were talking about.
probably the 1000%
Probably.
reference.
A place with colorful bricks and paneling. Well, that's a lot of South American countries. So, don't know which one. Summarism is my favorite. Oh yeah, I remember the black and white part. At first I was like, "What the fuck just happened to my screen?"
Yeah, and then he opens the katana,
But
and
then the subtitles were the
color
same
comes
color. So then I was like, "Oh, okay, that's like supposed to happen." And then like the color came back, and I was like, "Ah, that was cool." They're running the swords. Summarism was a very amazing experience, and For You is just so much fun.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, I wrote them waving to the camera reminds me of the lives so much when they like wave to the camera. I think it's really cute. I like that detail.
Yeah, I love
It's
how
cute.
natural the movements are.
Yeah, and that was another thing of like the 3D models. I'm like, oh yeah, they've come a long way because it actually like looks real.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
as real as it
good.
can.
Like,
Mhm.
Ren saying that he got more intimate with the little lambs made my ovaries tingle again. I like to think the faraway audience is not only the theater/movie audience, but the overseas audience too.
yeah, I like to think so too.
So when they said that, I was like, they're talking to me. Because I'm in my room all the way in the US. by myself like a loser. I'm not saying that people who are by themselves right now are losers. I'm saying I specifically am one. And then again I wrote, Tokia's eyes are so pretty, it's the bottom lashes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he does have long bottom lashes.
They're really,
yeah.
really,
Yeah,
like,
so Tokia and Ronmaru have bottom lashes.
I like when the guys have long eyelashes.
Love
They're very
it.
pretty. But it's definitely the bottom lashes that make him look like extra pretty. And yeah, I did notice that. I was like, okay, Tokia's like the only one out of everybody in Stars that has bottom lashes.
Yeah, and his are natural, whereas it's like Ronmaru, he puts on makeup, so like he's cheating a little bit.
Oh, and then I wrote, how did the audience know who puts the lights on and who doesn't when they say thank you?
I like to believe that, like, because it's clearly programmed for the whole thing.
Yeah.
That, like, it was something that the
Yeah,
production company kind of did rather than necessarily. It was more that they, like, told everyone, you know, let's participate in this thing and say thank you to Starish when the ding ding goes, rather than them actually, like, changing it themselves.
I also really like that they get very concerned when the lights go. They're like, oh my god, what's happening? Should we, like, evacuate everybody? And at first, like, when I first saw it and I didn't know what was going on, I was like, oh my god. I was like, what the fuck is going to happen now? I was like, what is going to happen? Please don't tell me.
At first, I thought it was, like, part of the performance. And then
like,
I saw the screen and was like, oh, it's going to be this part.
Yeah, because
there was, like, an announcement about it.
Yeah, on Twitter, there was an announcement saying that there's going to be a surprise in Starish Tours, and that turn your pen lights white when it says ready on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
So that was how audiences in the theaters could participate to feel like they were a part of the surprise for Starish. So I think that's sweet that they, like, kind of gave us that heads up ahead of time, or I guess the Japanese audience, they gave that heads up to, and we just got it from them.
Well, I didn't know what was happening. I was very confused. I was like, is fucking Shining Satsume gonna come from the fucking rafters and, like, say some weird shit?
Please, no.
But that did not happen, thank God. But yeah, no, I figure I was like, it's probably like a programmed thing. The big coats are kind of weird, LOL. I wrote that. I'm like, how do you dance in that?
It's weird, but it's also very cute.
But, like, it's cool. It's very cool. I like that their outfits are, like, slightly different from each other. I always like when they do that. But I'm just like, you guys are dancing really big coats.
Oh, wait. I want to go back
so
before the coats thing into when they're all just, like, kind of talking and they're still in their outfits from the unit songs.
Yeah.
When Sho is, like, doing the little movements from Samuraiism in the background, that's just so adorable to me, because that's also something he does in Shining Star Stage, and I'm really, really obsessed with those hologram lives. So it's just, it's so cute to me that, like, that's just, like, a personality thing that's carrying over into every live. He likes doing that, pretending to be the other one in the background while they're just, like, talking and having a serious moment.
I liked that too, because when I went to Anime Expo last year, they had screenings of that hologram live, which was really cool. Except I didn't buy a pen light till after I saw it, and I was very mad because I could not use a pen light. Okay, let's read some more comments. The interactions between Stars and the fans were just so great. I know, I liked that random guy that yelled, like, "Showa-chan!"
Yeah, and then, like, when he acknowledges him, then, like, a group of men all together are like, yeah!
I remember, I had to rewind because I was like, who the fuck was that? I'm like, oh, it's some guy in the audience. I was like, okay, interesting. That was really funny.
I like the moment Sho cried. That was also so good.
Oh yeah, that's funny too. Yeah. I like when they acknowledge, like, that they have male fans too. Like when Reiji says, like, my girl and my boy. I'm like, yeah, man, there's male fans too. Come on.
And Ren started doing ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Yeah, I like how it kind of came from, like, the actual real life live performances. Like, that's where it kind of started, and then they took it over.
Love surprises. Yeah, like in Magic of Kingdom where they say like princesses and princes.
Mhm.
Alex Major supposed to reference IRL moments and idol shows people coordinate especially. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's.
Yeah,
I'm sure
it's
that's what
just
it is.
a really difficult one to.
It's just like
spell
my
that
thing. I was
much.
just like,
Yeah.
if you don't know that's gonna happen, like someone's gonna ask the question of like, wait, how did they know that they're supposed to do that? Excuse me. I was supposed to acknowledge dedication to fans that likes they go to make something special happen. Yes, I agree. It is the cutest. It was so cute. Show trying to. I know. I like that they're like Masta and Tokyo are like doing it all, like perfect, and then Show is like a beat behind. But he's still like, watch me, guys. She's like great. I understand why Ultea is the center. He has so much energy, always in everyone. I know. There was a part where he like turned around and like waved to the camera. Like that was cute. Heart, same. Ultea is my fave. He's so cute. He is the cutest.
He's so cute.
He's so cute. I remember
Puppy.
when I first watched the first season, I was like, "Oh, first guy, I like him the most. He's my boy." And then I met Tokyo, and that all changed. Whereas again, when I
was
showed,
all obsessed with Atoya, and then Ronmaru came in, and I was like, "Hey, get out of here! I'm in love with Atoya."
no, when I
No, I
showed,
wasn't.
when I
No,
showed
I
my
wasn't.
brother Utapri, I forced him to watch it. He's like, I remember asking one time, I was like, who's your favorite? Do you have a favorite? And he's like, what's his name? Itoki-kun. Like, he just calls him Itoki-kun. He doesn't call him Ultea. He's just like, Itoki-kun. And I'm like, why? He's like, because he's the best. Like, I don't know. My brother likes the, like, simple, like, the very straightforward, like, oh, he's a nice guy. He likes her. They should be together. There you go. So
to be fair, I feel like anime Atoya and anime Haruka make the most sense together.
They are very cute. It's very adorable. Which is why, like, the first time I watched it by myself, his episode, as soon as he starts singing the damn song that they write together, I, like, started crying. I was like, oh, yeah, that's so cute.
Sweet.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's very sweet.
adorable.
They definitely have the most interactions together, I feel like, in the anime.
I was like, that's so cute.
I would say Tokyo probably, but that's
oh yeah, and
then
then the show like pushes like Tokyo started. I'm like, yeah, no, I like him better. I like the mysterious. Also, purple's my favorite color, if you couldn't tell. So that's like bonus points. I like purple. Ultimate throwing a peace sign looking at the camera when someone else is talking. Yeah, he's like. Then he just gets everyone else more energized. He is a good center. He is a very good center. I totally understand why. Yeah, I agree. Why he's the center. Or like the de facto leader.
I would say Tokyo is the leader, whereas Atoya is the center. That's how I kind of view Starish. Like, they don't necessarily have a center or a leader, but I would say that if I were going to assign them, that Atoya is center and Tokyo is leader.
That makes sense. Let's see. He's like Starish's power booster. Yeah, I agree. Oh yeah, Ultia, that's not a ninja pose. Well, he says that's a ninja pose instead of a ninja pose.
Yeah. He got that shinobi blood in him.
That was I know. I was like he's like calling back to when he was a ninja. I was laughing so hard. Cecil's a great little brother type. Always ready to call out the older sibling. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's some times where I'm like, Cecil, come get your brother. The way Cecil grabs Tommaso to greet some more fans, so cute. When did that happen? I can't remember.
They actually had a bunch of interactions in the movie.
That was I know, and actually, like, I did notice that at least, like, they have more interactions, like talking to each other, because they don't really, at least in the anime.
Masato is like Cecile's teacher, kind of. He tends to teach him like origami and cooking, all that kind of stuff.
I remember when I watched
they had the OVA. They had their, little cooking thing.
When I watched the Starish Tours like pre-thingy OVA thing, TV special, I remember when it cuts to like them and they're like cooking, I was like, oh, we've like never seen them do this before. I really liked that part. I liked seeing them like cook together. Yeah, I just like, well, I liked all those moments between like different groups that you don't necessarily like. We didn't really see them like interact in the anime all too much.
Yeah, for sure.
It was cute. Also, I like the Otoya realizing, we had to use like the stuff they provided under this thing and we didn't do it.
Oh
Oops.
yeah, the part.
And then Toki is like, just like, God damn it, Otoya. And Natsuki's like, I cheered and helped.
Classic Utapri.
I agree. Tokyo leader in speaking engagements, Otoya center performances. Ulti's the center, Tokyo's lead for sure.
Everyone agrees with me. Cool.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. Where am I in my notes? Oh, I wrote
on big coats.
I wrote it was frightening when they went on those balloons because I don't like heights. So I was like, that's really scary. I don't like that. I'm sure they're having fun.
Like heights, but
I'm sure they're having fun and it's tested and they're safe, but like I'm like that's scary. I don't.
It's okay.
It's
they have magic suits, so they're
I wouldn't
like if they fall, they're gonna be fine.
Like if it
they're
was
just
real,
gonna fly with magic.
If I saw that happening in real life, I'd be like so scared. I'd be like, please don't fall.
I would just pick him up. It's fine.
I wrote constellations are super cool. I liked that. That was really cool. Like all the constellation, like the effects when they're like flying and the constellations come out of like their backs and stuff.
I'm a really big fan of
to someone who's never seen this is probably like, what I just described, like that's what happens.
They just fly around. I really love Show's line when they're on the balloons. Because what he says basically translates to we're all friends on the same earth. And like as a foreign fan, like, you know, that line really speaks to me. It's like, you know, we're being acknowledged that, you know, because we all live on this planet together, we're friends. And I think that's what we need Utapri to think more moving forward so that we can get more international content.
Agamotsu has really been making a movement for like
he totally
English
has
stuff. So
he's been writing in English on Twitter a lot. He's been like liking all of my tweets whenever I respond to him.
So sweet.
That's cool.
Senpai noticed me.
I'm really curious to see where this goes. Like if Utapri is going to get more English content or something. So
yeah, I'm really excited for Anniversary this year because like this is setting a precedent, I feel like.
For sure.
Well, yeah, it's like the one thing we like. It's like, can we just get the damn games localized, please? I want to play them. Like that would be all I do is play the games. If I was able to like just like get them on my Switch a lot easier, because it did take me a little bit to like get the first game onto my Switch because I had to make a Japanese account and everything.
My one concern is like if they localize the games, maybe they will start using that as an excuse to procrastinate
come out with
on
more
Dolce
games.
Vita. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been how many years
like,
since they announced Dolce Vita?
7.
Yeah,
it's been 7 years.
Oh god, it's been so long. And the one other thing is like, to be honest, there is some questionable content in the Utapri games.
That's also
like,
true, yeah.
And it's not like, you know, in games like Pia Fiore where you can say, oh well, it's meant to be bad. That's why they're doing it, because they're like in mobs and stuff, and it's the mafia.
Yeah.
It's like in Utapri, it's a product of its time. So it's like there's some questionable stuff in there that I don't want people like canceling my boy over.
Right, like, you know, like, because you know.
Yeah.
Like, that's not, you know, that's that one action or thing that was said or whatever happened situation, like that's not indicative of like the whole character, but people are just going to like they would focus on that because
they would definitely hyper focus
Yeah.
on some of the like really misogynistic things Ronmaru says.
Okay, Start Hours made me cry. I didn't expect that song. I don't know why. I was just too the first time I watched it. I was just too busy like trying to read the subtitles. I love the balloons, especially when they're getting speaking. We don't hear them. It made it feel more like a live performance. Yeah, sometimes you can tell like they're saying each other's names or something, but sometimes like I want to know what he said.
Yeah, like what did Masato say?
Yeah, what did he
there was
say?
This part where he was saying like a whole line, and I'm just trying to figure out like, what are you saying? I can't lip read.
Because it's clear they were going off script in those moments. Yeah, like improv.
You'll have to ask him backstage what he said.
I'll get my son is king. You can at least buy it from Japan. There's no region locking on the physical copies. Yeah, but then I have to wait for them to come to me. Yeah, I would love for the games, but I'm not going to get too excited though. I'm just trying to collect the CDs now. Yeah, that's one thing that I am trying to do myself is like one, collect all the live stages that I can, like on Blu-ray or DVD.
Yeah, the first 2 are only on DVD. And then it goes Blu-ray after that.
So I'm trying to do that and then like get CDs that I want from like, years back. If they did get localized, people would have to try to snatch my Switch away from me. I started with CD collecting. Oh yeah, that's the other thing is like whatever company, like which company would do the localization. Because a lot of people don't like when certain companies do localization because they don't like the translation.
Yeah, or they like change the meaning of like an entire line or scene.
So that's like the other problem is trying to find who would do it. So I don't know. Okay, I'm on the last page. It's like half a page, so we're on the last part. Okay, behind the scenes photos, cute as always. Because they're like the ones from Magic of Kingdom where you like see how they rehearse and practice and stuff. So I thought that's cute. I like seeing like how they practiced for certain songs. Like when you see Cecil like bending all the way backwards, and like both Tokyo and Ulta are like, "Oh my god!" like in the picture.
Yeah.
Or like when they're all cheering, like Show when he's like doing his choreography, they're like all in the background. Still dressing like it's 2011. Sometimes like I'm like, why do they still make them wear those like dumb vests? It's 2023, guys. Stop it. I wrote the first time I watched, this was the second time I'm taking notes, but I just wrote the first time I watched when Quartet Night came up, I started crying.
I love
and you guys know this because I sent you DMs.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm crying at the end credits.
Yeah,
like,
I love how Ranmaru's in the same pose that he is when they're watching Starish in season 1 in their little cameo. He's in the exact same pose, and I think that's adorable.
Because, like, yeah, it like brought back the memory of like seeing them pop up at the end of season 1, and like I was just like, oh my god, and like I wasn't crying like bad or anything. It was just like, oh, I like teared up and like maybe a couple of tears right now. But then they show Haruka in the back that she's like backstage. I started bawling. Like I was like legit like sobbing.
I know.
Like,
whenever they show her, it's just like, ugh.
I was like,
you still exist, and I
like
still
I was
love you.
Crying.
Like I was ugly crying. I was like, I was like, they still acknowledge. I was like, she wrote like all the music. Oh my god!
So
like,
sad Toma wasn't there.
Because I'm like, it's canon, you know, like she wrote all the music for like all these songs. So I'm like, oh my god, they still use her and love her and all this. I'm like, and then they show the teachers in the background and fucking Shining Satome is there too.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, okay.
Who funded this?
Oh, okay. And then for the encore, High Dive just shows like the encore where it's like those 3 like mini songs and then like the encore song.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the 1000% one.
The medley
I
one.
saw. Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to see the 1000%, but
Same.
Someday, soon.
But I'm sure
Go get
that'll be
my
like
Blu-ray.
on the Blu-ray. So yeah, those are all my notes. But I really liked the encore, the little mini encore songs. Those were cute. I liked.
Full versions are so good.
I like that they paired up like the roommates. Which is I like when they.
I mean,
do
they're
that.
the most popular pairs, if we're like being honest here.
Plus,
Yeah.
Plus they put Cecil with Natsuki and Show.
It was
And
just
then
really
Atoya
iconic.
falls in love with a statue.
Oh
I love
yeah.
that part. He just starts stroking
He's
it.
like so enamored with it. I hope they're happy.
And then they have to show Toki being like, Otoya, you have to get on the thing. And then they get on the thing. But yeah, I agree. Like it's like the pairings thing of like, oh yeah, they're gonna pair them together. And I liked all three of like their little parts. Like they were all really fun and really cute.
For sure.
Yeah, it's fun to see their dynamics together.
In an ideal world, I would love Cyber to localize the game.
Does Cyber do anything other than mobile games, though?
I have no idea. That wouldn't happen though. Cyber's localization team is great. The encore. Everyone wanted to see the 1000%. It's because they showed clips of it. I saw clips of it and I was hyped as fuck for that, and I wanted to see it. Cause like whenever there's like the the live stages and stuff, like that's always the part I really do look forward to the most. I just want to see them perform 1000%. Cause I like it. I like to see them like perform. Like I love the lives, guys. The lives are so fun.
They really are. You should join us for like the streams.
Yeah, why don't you come to our screenings? We do them every
When do
week
you
or every other
stream?
week. We have the events listed at the top in the calendar.
If
on the
it's
top
during
left in the Discord.
If it's during the podcast, then I cannot join.
It's not during the podcast. It's like
No,
on
they're
Saturdays,
normally on
so.
Saturday. Wait, Sunday? No, Sundays is when I normally stream things. Saturday, we normally do 2 showings, one in the morning and one in the evening for lives and stage plays.
I'll have to join one of these days. It's because I like a lot of Saturdays. I like go out and do stuff because it's like the only time I can like go shopping. Because whenever I come home from work, I just like come in here and just like chill till it's bedtime.
We can probably make something work for you.
I get tired really easily, guys. Like, I'm getting old when I'm like thinking back of like when I used to go to bed in college and I'd go to bed at like 3 a.m. like every day. I'm like, I can't.
Me looking at time right now.
I know. That's the other thing. I'm like, oh my god. But like that was like, and I was in college for like 7 years. So like that was like my life, my routine for like a long time. And so like now like where I'm like used to like not going to bed that late, I'm like I can't do that anymore. Like I just feel so old.
We are watching Pirates tomorrow. I don't know if I have time for that, though. I need to pack.
It's okay.
I love Pirates. It's my favorite.
The first encore was just so great. Yeah, it was cute. All of 1000% rainbow version. It was on Spotify with the original version. I like the rainbow version too. Streaming it next Saturday on the 25th. Wait, what are you streaming?
Streaming one of the lives.
Which one?
4th stage, I believe.
Are we on 4th stage?
4th?
Yeah.
No, we're on 5th now, aren't we? We already did 4th.
Are we? Wait, was 4 the one with like the Shinobi stuff?
Yeah.
Or
I'm pretty sure that's
okay.
the
Then
4th
we're on
stage.
5th.
Yeah.
Then we're on 5th stage.
Because the 5th stage is with Oh my god, what's the 5th stage?
It's Quartet Night.
Oh, it's the one that has Quartet Night and
so does it doesn't have Heavens yet. They're in 6th.
No,
stage.
they're the 6th and 7th. I can't believe
it's been so long.
What songs are in the 5th live, guys? I don't remember.
They do the theater company ones, so they do
Oh, is that the one with like Bloody Shadows
with pirates and
pirates and
yeah.
and Polaris?
Yes.
Because the one before that, the
They
fourth
did
life
Joker
is the one with
Trap
like Joker
and-
Trap and
Masquerade Mirage.
Yeah.
And the Shinobi song.
yes, I remember. Then I was sad because I have not heard Ligores no Mori live. I'm so sad.
Right. Everybody's also in 5th stage.
That's where I was Gekidan Shode. Pirates. 5th. 4. Yeah, okay, so it's the 5th stage. Oh, Everybody is the other one. I forgot about that one. The cross unit songs from season 3. Oh yeah, that's where they have
Oh, I forgot about those.
Code TVU and
Original Resonance.
Original Resonance. I always think of the quiz pre when that's the answer, and so they both come up and they're like, Original Resonance.
Oh, I haven't watched those in ages.
I love those clips so much.
I know.
If
We
any
should stream
okay,
them sometime.
do you know where we can watch those?
I think I have a bunch of them on like my drive. I'm not sure I have all of them, but
I have been wanting to rewatch them and talk about them for the longest time.
I did buy like a Blu-ray set of the whole 3rd season, so that's gonna have all those quiz pre.
Because I love
episodes.
the quiz pre clip. I love quiz
Are
pre.
they
I
on
think it's
They're
so fun.
so
Blu-ray
good.
box sets?
I think so.
I don't remember.
Well, okay, if you stream
find
quiz
out.
pre, if you stream quiz pre, I will be there
Okay, I'll let you know.
because I like literally I want to watch because I've seen clips, of course, but they're like shitty little clips on Tumblr. Or it's like a one-off like fan sub of like one game from like one.
Yeah, I
random
don't think
quiz
they're like
pre.
fully subbed by anyone, so
And so it's like, oh, okay, cool. Now I can't watch the next part because no one fan subbed it, and this person on Vimeo only uploaded one, and then like every time they get put on YouTube, they get removed.
I might have a crack at subbing them sometime. That'd be
So
fun.
yeah, I want to watch them again, so we can do an episode on them because I love Quizpree. I would love to make my own Quizpree and have people participate.
Oh, that'd be so much fun. I would
Yeah.
love that.
I want to do that because you can I think you can have up to 10 people as guests on StreamYard.
It's gonna be busy. Oh my god.
So I would love to do
So
that.
crowded.
I'd have to figure out how to do that. But yeah, I really like the lives. I used to have like a Google Drive folder of where people had put all of them, and then they got deleted. So
yeah,
now
a lot of
I've-
stuff has gotten deleted
I've
over
just-
time.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
now I just go on eBay
You
and I
gotta
buy the
collect everything for
Blu-rays.
yourself.
Yeah,
It
now
used to
I
be
just
so easy to find everything, but
Yeah.
nowadays it's getting so difficult.
now I just pay $150 on eBay.
Okay, you
For-
shouldn't be buying things off of eBay because they will
It's so overpriced.
overcharge you so much. Like they just take listings off of Mercari JP and relist them on eBay for 3 to 5 times the price when you could just go on a proxy shopping website and buy the item yourself and get it for
Yeah, it
3
does
to
take a
5
bit
times
longer
less.
to arrive, of course, but you definitely pay a lot less.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next one I'm getting, I'll look on Mercari instead.
If you need any help, we can probably.
We can do an episode on buying merch from Japan.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
I mean, I've
We're
only
very good at that.
it's not that that I felt like that was my only option. It's just that was the easiest thing for me. Because
Mhm.
I honestly I don't mind because I use Klarna, so I just do payments.
Yeah,
I'm
it's just
not-
being a fan of Utapri is so expensive.
I'm not actually paying the $150 at one time. I just make the payments, but it would be nice to just make a one-time payment.
In the immortal words of Ronmaru, managing your money well is rock. So
The classic.
It's like, yeah, I feel like being an Utapri fan is like you gotta be dedicated because you're gonna spend a lot of money.
Especially as an international fan, because there's so
Yeah.
much like shipping costs, and also like when packages come in for me, I usually have to pay like another tax that can go up to like 30 to 40, $50. So, or well, euros for me. It's very expensive and it's very annoying.
yeah, I think my most recent package was like over $150 to ship.
Yeah, my package was also like I believe $200, so I chose to ship it with like C-mail, so it ended up only being like $90 because I couldn't afford it at the time.
That's like the only thing that like when I don't really frequent AmiAmi that much anymore because I just don't have time to like buy pre-order or like order pre-orders for stuff, like a bunch of stuff at a time. Especially because like all the Utapri stuff on like AmiAmi gets like sold out like really fast. Even the
I haven't
pre-orders.
used that in ages.
So it's been a long time since I've like shopped from them. But I would like use the cheapest shipping. So yeah, it would take like 3 months to get to me. Because I'm like, I'm not paying that much money for like, you know, 2 little things and like a big thing, and like it's just not. It's not conducive, especially like now, because I have to pay for my health insurance, and I have a credit card that I have to pay back, and then I use Klarna and Sezzle and Afterpay for like a bunch of other stuff. So like my credit score is good, but I'm not getting a credit card on top of
I have
that.
like an 825 credit score.
Plus
Ronmaru would be proud.
After like, unless they extend it again, after a certain point, I have to start paying my student loans again.
Dylan, what are you saying? I buy all of your things for you off of Mercari.
So yeah, and then, you know, eventually, when I do move out, because it's expensive to move out, I have to pay rent. Eventually. So I have to budget myself. Like I have to start budgeting myself. So it's expensive being a Utapri fan.
For real.
But I also go on CD Japan from time to time and look for stuff. I haven't found anything in a while.
I want to show my excessive merch collection real quick. Hold up.
Do it.
We're just gonna go to my Twitter account because that's the easiest way to do this.
We all pray for Ligotis. Yes, same though.
Okay. So this is my birthday. Or this is one wall of my Rama room.
Wow.
And then another area.
The plushies.
Oh, you have the sheets too. That's cool.
Yeah, so I got the sheet, I got the dream cushion, I have my Dakimakura in my actual bed. And then up on that top there, in between the 2 pictures of Quartet Night, that's Tatsu's signature.
How'd you get
that? So there was this drama CD that he was in called I Love Hero Yellow, which was basically he played the Yellow Power Ranger. And they did a lottery for autographs that came with the CD. So I bought one of those secondhand. And then this is the little shrine, if you will.
Little.
Wow.
So got a bunch of pictures of him. It's supposed to be the shape of a heart. Got a picture of us in the middle. Got like all my figures and my acrylic stands. I have my life-size cardboard cutout of him. And then I have, like I was saying before, his silver base. And then I modified my own personal base, which is the shorter black one, so that it looked more like one of his. So it originally had silver hardware, and I changed it all out for gold. so it would look like another one that he owns.
So dedicated.
Cool.
Yeah. And then in like the top corner there,
Oh, my bad.
From like the previous, I have his signed CD in the middle, and then I also have his other 2 solo CDs. I recently replaced the red poster with a signed one, and then I also have the Quartet Crown CD signed. So I do a lot of that. I collect a lot of merch.
That's really cool. Very impressive.
Mm-hmm. You have a really big collection.
So is that like your like office space?
Yeah, so that's my office. It was at my old house, so I haven't like really set it up in my new place. But we're working on it.
Let's see. Other comments. It's expensive being a Utapri fan, but it's like, I know it's exciting. It just like sometimes takes forever. That's what I do, Dylan.
And then I commented that I buy a lot of Dylan's stuff for him and then ship it to him.
Not all of it. I get impulsive.
He
There
does get
he
impulsive.
is. Amadou Standy. Where'd you get the standy from?
I had him custom made. So I got the art vectorized, and then I had it printed, and then I had to actually cut it out myself because they did a really crappy job cutting it.
Oh. But that's very cool.
Yeah, so he's perfect 182 centimeters, just like he should be. I
Ooh,
come
do you
up
have
to
any-
about his chest.
Do you have anything like similar?
I have like a cutout that I made of his birthday art with like the promise rings. It's not really life size. It's just like the top part of his body,
Mhm.
and it's a bit bigger than life size, which is very embarrassing. But yeah,
No.
it's just kind of it's just kind of standing there. No, it's embarrassing because it's so big, you know, and then he's looking over me, and I'm just
She gets
I get
shy.
Yeah.
I don't have room for any cardboard. Well, I have one cardboard cutout. It's not of an anime character. Like I have two cardboard cutouts of like from stuff that I like, but like one is somewhere else because it doesn't fit in here. Even if it's folded up, it's like in the way. And then I have a Captain America cutout from like Winter Soldier, like over there. And like I've realized it's kind of creepy because like it's there, like right there, and my bed's right here, so it's like across from my bed. So like every time I'm like going to sleep and it's dark, I'm like, oh, there's like a figure right there.
Yeah, I actually, so
But
I moved my Ronmaru cutout into the living room, and like he's right next to a window. So like when the lights are off, like the light is shining through the window, and you can just like see his silhouette, and it's just like there's a dude standing in my living room in the dark, and he scares me.
Yeah, but he'll scare intruders.
That's true.
So, you know, win-win, I guess. Yeah, it's.
I just startle
I'm
myself,
used to
and then
it.
I'm like, oh, hi, Ronmaru.
I'm used to having the cutout now, but like, I think at the beginning when I put it, because that's like the only place where it can fit right there. Because like, if you open the door, then it's behind the door. But I'm just like, I can't make my own right now because I don't have enough cardboard. Also, like, I have too many characters that like I'd want a cardboard cutout of that like I just can't choose, so I won't.
I have so much art that I want to get new cardboard cutouts of.
I'll just dream about it and pretend that I have room. Cause yeah, there's not enough room in here. You guys can't see the rest of the room, but like, it's just full of crap.
Yeah, I'm also always struggling to display my stuff too.
I have too much stuff. I don't want to hang it outside of my bedroom because like it's my stuff. Like if someone comes over, like I don't want them to see a random anime picture that I have framed like somewhere in the hallway next to pictures from my parents' wedding 30 something years ago. Like that's weird.
I feel bad for like the dudes I live with because like you just like come into this house and you're just smacked in the face with Utapri.
I think that's great.
Like when I moved to out of California, my old roommate, after like I had been gone for about 6 months, he was like, I kind of miss seeing Ronmaru everywhere.
Aw, see, he's grown on people.
Yeah, so then I ended up buying him a figure of Ronmaru so that he could have it, and then eventually I got him the whole Quartet Knight set.
And now that's a conversation piece because people will be like, "What's that?" And then he'll be like, "Okay, so my friend, one of my old roommates,
Story time.
likes this series. It's an idol series, and this is one of the group. Like, see, this is a conversation piece, and then more people will get into it. Be like, wow, that's cool. See, this is why I wanted to make this podcast because like I want to share my love of Utapri, not just like with other people who already love Utapri, but like with the world. So that way, if you kind of like stumble across it and you're like, what the hell is that about? You can just listen to all these episodes and find out for yourself and not understand what the hell we're talking about till you watch the show or play the games.
Yeah, I'm actually so happy there's finally a podcast because it's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, but never actually had the guts for it. So it's very exciting that it's finally one now, and I can actually be on here as well.
Oh yeah. Well, that was the other thing is like I say this like every episode, but I wanted to like pull from all different aspects of like the series, the franchise, what have you.
Mm-hmm.
And like have people who are like really into like that one part of it. Like they like the whole thing obviously, but like they're very into like one section of it that maybe not everybody like knows about or understands or even like thought about in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, Utapri is a huge franchise with like so many different aspects of it, and it's like really easy to hyper focus on one thing and like ignore other parts of it that you're not particularly interested in.
Yeah, so I want to learn and I want to understand because when I become like obsessed with something or like into it, it's like I have to learn as much as I can about it. So that way like there is like that way it's like, oh, this is like the one thing that I know like so much about. So that way this is just like wishful thinking. So that way when I become famous, that's a fun fact that people will learn about me. And they'll be like, what does that mean? Or like I go on a talk show and they're like, so I hear you're into this like anime series or this like one like game series, and they'll be like, oh, so you did your research on me. I love Utapri. Let me tell you in the audience about it. Like obviously that's not gonna happen, but I like to think about it. Because like I just
always dream.
Yeah, like I just want that to be like the one thing about me that like I know a lot about. I feel like it used to be like bands that I liked where like I would like learn everything that there needed to be known like about, a band that I liked when I was in middle school. Like I don't have it memorized anymore. But like at the time, like when they had 4 members in the band, I mean they're not a band anymore at this point, I guess. But like I knew like everyone's birthday and like Panic at the Disco, and I knew their full names and I knew like where they were born and like I knew all this shit. And I tried to do the same with Fall Out Boy and stuff. So like when I'm like obsessed with something that I really like, I have to like learn everything about it. And so it's the same with Utapri. Like I not only have to know like the names of all the seiyuu, but I have to know what other shows they're in. So that way I can be like, oh yeah, that person's in Utapri. Oh, that person's in Utapri. Or like, yeah, just learning everything I can. Like, oh, that reminds me of Gekiden Shining, or like that reminds me of like the live shows, or like the games, or what have you.
I always think
like...
it's so funny because some of my classmates also watch anime, and then sometimes they'll watch something and I recognize the seiyuu and I'm like, oh my god, it's an Utapri seiyuu, and I can't actually like say that to them because they wouldn't recognize it, and it's just it's so frustrating.
I know,
it's nice
right?
to have people to talk to that about.
Yeah, well, and that's the other thing is like I wanted there to be like a place where we just like talk about Utapri for like who knows how long. We're at like 3.5 hours. So
I was saying something about 4 hours like before we started the live.
So like clearly like I just like being able to talk to people about stuff that I know and not have them look at me like I'm I'm crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like they don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So
like the Mario movie that's coming out that has Mamo in it.
Oh yeah, Mamo is
like,
oh my god! I swear, when I first saw that Japanese trailer, I was like, "Wait, why is everyone freaking out about this?" And then, like, immediately he breathed, and I was like,
"It's so funny! It's so funny."
I was like, "That's him! That's him!" I'm like, "Screw the English version! I want to watch this in Japanese." I was like, every time a new trailer comes out, I'm like, where's the Japanese trailer? I want to see the Japanese trailer. But yeah, like immediately, like as soon as like he breathed in a different language, I'm like, I already know who that is. I want to watch it in Japanese instead. I really do though.
Yeah,
when
me
the hell
too.
Does this movie come out?
For sure.
Is it like this weekend or
5th
something?
of April.
Oh. God, we gotta wait like a whole other like 2 weeks. Lame. But yeah, like when they did West Side Story a few years ago, and both Shultan and Mama were Tony, I was like, I want to watch this like so bad because I'm like, it's Utapri seiyuu and they're acting. Oh my god, and I love West Side Story. I don't need to have a translation because I already know what the story is about and I know all the songs in English anyway, so like it's fine. I don't need to like. I just want to watch them act.
I remember in high school I played Anita in West Side Story.
And then I never got to do West Side Story. I did see a dinner theater production of West Side Story and it was really good. But like yeah, it's just like I wanted to see that so bad. And then when Mama was in Waitress a couple years ago, I was like, I've never seen that musical, but I've seen the movie like once and I kind of remember the plot, but like I just want to watch it because he's in it. And it's just like Utapri has like done that where it's like, oh, I want to like expand and like I love recognizing the seiyuu.
Yeah.
Like I had a friend.
It's really fun.
One of my friends asked me, she was like, how many Junichi Suwabe characters are you like simping over? And I was like, I don't know. I have to look at his filmography to like
just every single one.
figure it out. And so then like I counted the ones that like I've seen the show and like I do like his character, and I was like, oh, it's like 11. And I was like, but that number could go up. I was like, there are some where like I know he voices that character, but I've never seen the show. I just know he's in it.
Yeah, you just have to watch it, and then it's another favorite character, another favorite character.
Yeah, but it's one of those things of like, oh yeah, like I know he's in Bleach, but I'm like, can I just skip to the part where he's in Bleach? I don't care about.
Yeah, that's a very long one, isn't it?
Yeah, or like there's like some other show I don't remember what it is, but it's like, oh yeah, like that show doesn't look interesting to me. Can I just get to the part where he like shows up?
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, you know, like it gives me more knowledge. I feel like I'm good at identifying voice actors at this point, especially if they were in Utapri. Like, oh my god, that's so and so. Like, I remember, like, I feel so stupid because I watched Tokyo Revengers, and then being like, what? Shotaro is fucking what's his name? Kisaki? What? And then I had to look it up, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's him. And now I just hear it when I watch the damn show, and I'm like, oh, but he's evil. I don't like him. Let's see. I want to see how many with the pre-sale we have in Final Fantasy. Yeah. I agree. Well, that's Mama's one of the fucking reasons I like Riku from Kingdom Hearts so damn much. Cause he's Riku. Tuss has so much screen time as Emmerich. He really does. Sometimes I headcanon the Utapri characters are voicing these other anime characters. I mean, you could if you wanted to. There are a ton. Oh yeah, there's a ton in JoJo's. I think it was JoJo's, where I'm like, I have no fucking like reason to watch it, but like, oh, Junichi Suwaba's in it. Okay, maybe I'll just watch like that season.
I absolutely could see Ronmaru voicing. I don't remember what his name actually is. Cindy in Bakumatsu Rock, which is another Tatsu role, and is literally just Ronmaru, but in the Bakumatsu era.
Well, my thing is like with him, I'm like, oh my god, he's fucking Makoto and Free. What?
I know he has he has that like sweet, like I want to hug you voice, and then he has like the deep, raspy, like why are you always a white-haired character with spiky hair, and I want to kiss you.
Yeah, Makoto's my favorite in Free.
Yeah. Makoto's definitely best boy.
He's a sweet boy. It's because everyone likes Rin, and I'm like, I get it because it's Momono Miyano, but like Rin's kind of a jerk. And
I love Makoto. He's my son.
And Haru is, he likes water a little too much.
It's just kind of there.
And like the others, I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I like Makoto also because like he does the backstroke, and I think that's cool. I'm not a swimmer, so like it's all great.
He's
to
a
me.
family man. I can appreciate that.
Yeah, also he's a family man. Like he would be a great dad. I already did this. I already did that one. Same girl. Love Momo as Riku in Kingdom Hearts. Except I hate Riku in Kingdom Hearts 1. He sucks. But then he got redemption in Chain of Memories, and then you get to Kingdom Hearts 2, and you finally see what he looks like, and you're like, oh my god, where have you been all of my life, sir? And then they cut his hair, and I hated it. But let's see. I know. I'm
range.
like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, this man has range.
Isn't Suzuken also in Free?
I don't.
I feel like
Is he?
Like this red hair.
I know that Wingu is Nagisa in Free, and also Nagi.
Wait, I gotta look this up.
What's another reason why I really like Kuroko no Basuke?
Is he?
Like,
What is
there's
he
like
then,
half
Cam?
the Utapri Seiyu in that fucking show.
Oh wait, are you talking about Sephiroth?
Sephiroth.
Yeah, Momotaro. I believe he has like this more high-pitched voice.
Oh, which guy is this? That's the fucking redhead guy from the
that
guy? From Rin's team.
Hold up, I just gotta look him up.
Right? Isn't that him? That guy.
Okay, that guy. Really? That's Suzu?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
It sure is.
Well, I remember like I watched Kuroko no Basuke and I'm like, oh my god, like half the Utapri Seiyu are in this fucking show too.
Yes, Suzu is great in Oron. And so is Momo.
Cause oh yeah. Yeah, they're in Oron. They're so good. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, the little brother of the swim captain. Yeah, but in Kuroko no Basuke, so like Suwaba is my favorite character, Examine. Tatsun is what's his name? Takao.
Mm.
The like jokester guy on Shitoku. Daisuke Ono is Midorima. So we have Kira. Suzuken is purple people eater, hungry bitch. Murasaki Bara. But it's funny because like you can kind of like hear Masato a little bit, but he like talks super slow, and like he's always tired and like really lazy all the time, and he's always like eating something in Kuroko no Basket. So you're like, oh, okay, yeah. But
I feel like Suzuki barely has any roles that sound like Masato.
Yeah,
It's really like a unique voice for him.
Yeah.
and then I'm trying to think who else is in Utapri. Kisho is Himuro. And then like Grandma does like almost every opening to Kuroko no Basket except for the 6th one.
Old Codex did all of the intros to Free.
Yeah, they did. They did a few endings to Kuroko no Basket too that are really good.
And then they broke up. And my heart broke.
Yeah, R.I.P. R.I.P. Old Codex.
I was supposed to see them in 2020, whenever COVID started, and then COVID took it away from me. Sad.
And then I forgot some people were in N-Stars too. I was like, holy shit, a lot of Utapri Seiyu are in N-Stars.
But that's not
too.
surprising because N-Stars has like
Yeah, because it's also
a billion characters.
Yeah, there's a billion characters and their idols.
But
and
like
stuff.
2 of them are in the main.
Yeah. So you
group.
have Shotaro is in Trickstar, and so is Mayano. But that's because he replaced the other Seiyu.
Oh, also the 3 main characters of Bakumatsu Rock are Utapri Seiyu. It's why am I blanking right now? It's oh my god, Ramaru, Natsuki, and Reiji. I know my Seiyu. I'm blanking right now. But yeah, so they're the main 3 in Bakumatsu Rock, which obviously I'm a fan of because it's just rock music makes people take their clothes off. So, you know, that's always fun.
I can't read. it's like almost 11. Old Codex will come back one day.
I wish they would, but it seems like
that's the dream, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen, unfortunately. And it also seems like York is kind of done with him, which breaks my heart.
Are you just listing?
I don't know what we were talking about.
Or I don't know what you're listing, but they're in a lot of shit together.
True.
Yeah, every time I see them like in other stuff, it just makes me think of Utapri. I'm just like, I want to watch Utapri now, or I want to watch a live at the same. It takes time, you never know. Like, it could happen, but I feel like we're just trying to be realistic.
Yeah, it breaks my heart, but yeah.
It happens. Oh, okay, yeah, N-Stars, yeah. So no, you're good. We need to end the live soon. Yeah, N-Stars, because yeah, Swab is in N-Stars too, and so is Toriyumi, which I didn't fucking know.
And Eiichi's voice actor too, I believe.
Till I saw a clip and I was like, wait, what? I was like, he's in N-Stars? When did that happen? So yeah, when I briefly played the N-Stars rhythm game, I think it's still on my phone, but I haven't opened it in months. I was just like, oh, Suwaba's character's in here. I'm just gonna make that guy like my home screen guy, and I haven't changed it.
Valid choice.
Mm-hmm. You're good, Pam.
Love you, Pam.
Bye-bye.
But yeah, whenever the lives are happening, I'll try to make them when they're streaming. How does that work? Are we just in the comments on Discord?
So we have the general voice channel on Discord, and then we just talk in the stream chat channel. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll try my best.
Good night.
Good night, Pam. If I'm welcome in there on voice chat, I'll be there. I've been debating whether I should make a Discord like for this podcast, but I'm like, why would I do that if I'm already in other Discord servers about Utapri?
I mean,
Just talk about it there.
yeah,
But
you're always
also-
like promoting the podcast in the Saotome Academy server, so I guess that works.
You should just talk with us more in there, though.
Exactly.
Vibe with us, gush with us.
Like in voice chat?
I mean, we primarily do text.
Oh.
We could do
Okay.
voice chat more too, but we don't usually do voice chat. But
Oh yeah, no worries. It's just like, guys, I'm in so many Discord servers. Like I have to kind of pick and choose who I talk to. Because I have certain people I talk to like every day. But
yeah,
I
I've
wouldn't
definitely
mind.
narrowed it down too. So
I wouldn't mind adding y'all to that roster of people that I talk to.
you get to talk about Utapri more. So
Yeah, that is true. That is very true. So, you know, maybe I might be winning some people over actually in another Discord that has nothing to do with Utapri. But my friend has a Discord where she has like a channel for like simping for like characters, and so I like posted a picture of Utapri characters in there, and someone was like, "Who is that?" And then this person like went and was like, "I'm researching it right now. I'm like looking it up." And I was like, "Yes. Come to us. We have cookies."
Natsuki's cookies.
Oh God, no.
Not those cookies.
That's another thing. So in Stars Tours at the end, where they're showing all of the like behind the scenes photos, Natsuki is feeding Sho a macaron, and I'm concerned.
It's like I hope he didn't make it. So I hope someone else made him. I mean, the only person that likes Natsuki's cooking is Ren, which I'm like, how is why?
Iron stomach.
I guess
His
so.
taste buds are like non-existent.
He just eats anything, and he still looks the way he does.
I mean, he loves really spicy food, so like he
Yeah.
probably doesn't feel anything.
Probably, so he like doesn't care.
Yeah.
Always liked in the anime when they like taste his food, and then it's like, it's when they're making that like whatever the fuck that cake shit he's making, and then like
Yeah.
Sho's trying to warn Altair like, no, don't eat it, like don't do that, and then like he gets roped into it, and then like you know he does the Team Rocket blasting off again thing, and he like flies away, and then Sho's like, I'm sorry. I had to sacrifice you. And then Natsuki still comes out and is like, here, eat this. And it shows like, oh my god.
He dies anyway.
Comes out with
And
like
dies.
a parachute.
Yeah, that's when you know it's like, okay, this is like, that's the most fucking anime thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, Utapri is just so ridiculous.
It is so ridiculous, you know? Sometimes I'm like, why do I ask the like obvious questions of like the answer is just like it's anime or like it's magic.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I'm like, how did that work? Like, was he always preparing to wear a parachute and jump out the window and find Sho to make him taste it? I guess so.
Just in case.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I that was the other thing with that song. I was like, oh my god, did he like make those monstrosities coming to life? Like that's horrifying. What are those things? Like
Put a little chemical X in
he's
there.
learned to create life. He Frankensteined his way into doing with that sweet smile and the cute song. Run, Sho. He's gonna make you eat the macarons. So funny. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm down to chat with y'all whenever. My thing is like,
fun.
it's because like for anyone listening, like I have like a regular job, like a 9-to-5 job. So like, I can use my phone, but it's like, you know, if I miss parts of a conversation on Discord, like, then I hate having to scroll.
Yeah, that's understandable.
But, you know, hopefully
You
I'll
can
have
always
more
just
time
drop
to...
in whenever you feel like it. So
Yeah, hopefully I'll have more time to do that. If parts of my job change, hopefully, I don't know, we'll see. Hasn't been busy, that's why I have not worked the past 2 days, because they haven't had anything for me to do, so they're like, just don't come in. So it's like, okay, cool, but that means I don't get as much money in my paycheck.
The struggle.
no,
I'm not looking forward to payday. It's gonna be abysmal. I'm gonna get like nothing.
at least it's something. I guess it's better than nothing at all.
Yeah, it is better than nothing at all, but like,
Is it gonna pay for the Utapri tax? No.
it won't.
Oh god, Utapri is taking so much of my money in this next week.
I know. I still have to ship out like 2 packages.
Yeah, I have to go pick up all of those perfumes from the warehouse in
Oh,
Japan.
right. You ordered so many.
Oh, you ordered
Damn.
perfumes.
Yeah, it's very difficult to ship perfume internationally. So since I'm going to Japan this next week, I just bought like every character perfume for Utapri so that I could pick it up while I was there.
Cool. Well, I definitely would love to hear about your trip, especially if there's lots of Utapri.
Yeah, because I'm going for
Moments.
Shining Star Stage, which is the
Okay.
hologram live.
Yeah.
And then also going to visit Pearland because they made me jealous with the collaboration
set.
in Shining
Mhm.
Live.
Well, if you want to come back, maybe not like right after you come back, obviously. I don't want you to like have jet lag and have to like
Yeah.
adjust to that while on a podcast. But on a future episode, if you want to come talk about it,
Yeah, for
I
sure.
would love to listen to hear.
And they have all like the cool stuff set up right now for Starish tours at like all the Animate stores.
If
That's
you
gonna be
could
cool to
take like
see.
a close-up picture of Masto's outfit, I would be forever grateful.
Yeah, I'll try and take lots of close-ups of his outfit and get like all the embroidery and stuff.
Perfect.
That'd be cool. I love that they make like the costumes.
Yeah, it's,
And like you get to
just feels
see
so
like
special.
what it would
Mhm.
look like in real life.
They really put in so much effort to make Utapri feel like a real life thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, like
So
they
precious.
they always like put so much effort into, you know, like the boys' schedules will never overlap. So like if they're supposed to be in one place doing something, they like will not be doing anything else that day. And like that's special and important to me. And I like them, you know, just like talking on Twitter, using their accounts and like even just I think Elon Musk took this away, but like they had the whole like sent from my iPhone or sent from a laptop or whatever. So it also
Yeah,
like
that was
shows
cute.
what like individual device each boy owns for like their phone, or like I always used a computer. Always like was sending from Twitter for desktop, whereas like Romaru was always using Twitter for iPhone. And I just think that's like such a cute little detail that like all the boys have their individual device that they use, and it's like they don't all have the same thing.
Mhm.
Mhm. They pay so much attention to detail. It's like even the order in which they have followed the other boys.
Mhm.
Like I believe Masato followed Ren like last. It's really funny.
I guess I'll follow you.
Yeah.
I bet that's what he said when he clicked the follow button. I guess
Hmm.
if I have to. But I'm gonna mute you, Jinguji.
They would just argue over Twitter.
That's what someone else has to be like, guys, just like talk about it in DMs, and then both of them will be like, I don't want him in my DMs.
Yeah.
I'd rather do it in front of everybody.
Oh no. I mean, people like it, so
Yeah, that's the other thing. Is like, well, no, people love reading that. Well, I think that's gonna be it for today for this episode.
okay.
It's been a blast.
Oh my god, what time
It's
is
like
it for you right now, Boo?
It is 6 a.m. for me.
Oh my
Oh my
god!
god, dude.
It is okay. I had some coffee before the stream, so
Yeah, but like,
When do you sleep?
yeah.
that's a good question. I'll probably just sleep right after the podcast, don't worry. And like it's the weekend, so
All right. Well, I really just want to thank you both for joining the podcast.
Thanks so much for having us.
For the first
Thank you for having
time.
us.
For the first time. You're welcome. It's not the last time, of course. Like, again, I love having repeat guests. I could legit talk all night, but I'm tired and I need to stand up.
Yeah, I'm really getting tired too.
Yeah.
But of course, we can always chat on Discord. If you guys haven't joined the Discord for Salto Megakuen, you should, especially if you like Utapri and you're not already there. It's a very cool Discord server. I'll try to participate more often if real life doesn't get in the way. But both of their Twitters here are in the description. I also put Megan. I put your Yume Twitter in there too, so in case people want to follow you, and see more of you and Damaru. Adorable. Thank you for letting us see those pictures. Very cute. I really liked them a lot. And yeah, just hearing about Yume culture and what it really means. And I think we all learned something new, especially if you haven't, if you don't really, if like you came into this not really knowing, and now you know more. So I really liked the presentation, and I love talking about Star Wars chores.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was super fun. I loved all the songs. I liked
all the songs.
I loved all of them, guys. They were all fun. Okay, that's not a lie. Super fun songs. I really like them. The thing is, for me, is like this is only the second time I've watched it, so like I'm sure if I watch it like 5 more times, obviously I'm going to love more things about it. Because I don't have time to watch it a million times right now. But yeah, if you guys also have not followed me on Twitter, why not? Also, I post TikToks, so if you like TikTok and you have one, you can also follow me on TikTok. You don't have to.
I have it, but I have no idea how to use it.
I don't have TikTok because I'm an old person and I don't understand it or children.
I mean, according to the internet, the TikToks can get banned anyway, so I mean that's also why I still have a YouTube channel and a Twitter account. I also have an Instagram. It's not in the description, but if you go to my Twitter or whatever, I'm sure you can find it. Like my name is the same on Instagram as it is on Twitter. Also, please subscribe if you haven't already, because then you can get notifications when we go live and when I post a video, whenever the hell that happens. I haven't posted a video in months because I've just been doing this, which is fine. And I also have a Twitch, so you can follow me there. I haven't streamed anything in a while. The last thing I really did stream was like when Shining Live was closing. So yeah, RIP. I'm trying to get back into that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, especially those that are listening after the fact on the VOD. Enjoy our ramblings at the end. And go stream.
Yeah, we rambled a lot.
And go stream Star Wars Tours on High Dive if you can. It's good.
Stream it so that they see the interest and We get more international content.
Yeah, and so that way High Dive will actually like answer.
There
you
should
when
be a
you ask
free
them
trial
questions.
as well. So
Yeah, you should be able to get like a 7-day free trial of High Dive. And it's not that
just watch
expensive.
it every day.
Yeah, it's not that expensive. It's like $5 a month. But you know, I know not everybody can afford that. So just create new emails and just keep taking advantage of the free trial. I don't know. Anyway.
You didn't hear that from us.
Yeah, you didn't hear that from me. Ignore it. I didn't say that. One last Star Wars did everything right. Can't wait for Quartet Night and Heaven's Movies.
Yes. Once there is a Quartet Night movie or announcement for it, you will not hear me shut up about it. I'm just going to be constantly screaming into the void that my boy's getting a movie.
It'll be a lot of fun when that happens. But thank you guys for joining in the chat. Really appreciate it. If you're watching the VOD later, leave a comment what you would like to see in the next episode. I have no idea what I'm doing next, so you'll find out next time or a little bit before. I have 2 weeks to decide, so we'll see then. Anyway, have fun, stay safe. Again, thank you, Boo and Megan, for joining. And I'll see you all in the next video / episode of Utano Podcast. Goodbye.